Telepod? Lock it again. And we're back at the Cozy Show, not in the Cozy Corner. We're here with my co-host,
Chris Mariscal. Mm-hmm.
And we're here at Airy Stockton, a.k.a. Buffalo Black Brotherhood, with the owner and the JG Tracy owner. If you guys want to say your names.
Nigga forgot our names.
No.
I'm Kalani, Foster, man. Fucking the head, HNIC, with BBB. This is my son, Alika.
I'm Alika Foster, head coach and instructor at JG Tracy. Not owner yet, but we'll get there soon.
You goddamn right. I know you said
Oh, yeah.
owner. I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, yeah. Fucking affirmations, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Speak it
manifesting
into
it.
existence.
Thanks for having us on.
For sure. Thank you guys for asking us.
We just got done from a hard 8 a.m. training on a Sunday.
Just got after it.
For a couple hours, which is nice. It always gets you feeling good after. Now you're nice and cozy in this cold weather.
Mm-hmm. I just took a fucking behemoth shot. Jesus Christ. That was like a fucking double shot.
I know. I seen you guys pouring. I was like, I'm just going to sip on mine.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, straight up, right? It's a long fucking day.
The Tito's.
Yeah, we want to get you guys on for a minute, so I'm super hyped that we fucking got the opportunity.
Fuck yeah.
So, Mr. Buffalo Black, Kalani Foster.
Yeah.
You're pretty well known in the community and amongst our friend group for having a pretty balls to the wall mindset. That's something I kind of want to explore.
Word.
If you're down to talk about that, like where did that mindset come from?
So basically, I started training martial arts like 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I just kicked the fucking cameras.
Right,
Are you serious, bro?
And
Just kidding.
8 years old, and my dad was a like lifelong martial artist, and my granduncles were all like pretty hardcore martial artists, but they had that old school mindset. It was like elbows and assholes, so fucking the grind just kind of got passed down to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, I don't see any other way to like. That's the pace we set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, stepping back and like watering it down.
Yeah.
So.
And have you always been like that then, since even before, just kind of like always intense?
Yeah, straight up, man. When I was a kid, I wasn't, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I was molded into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as a young adult, probably like 14, 15, that's what I became known for. Was like this just fucking hard-hitting kid that try to fuck up all the older guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
in our martial arts. So pretty much transferred it down to like MMA, self-defense, and then ultimately jiu-jitsu. Like my other than my family, man, my biggest love, my biggest passion is jiu-jitsu now. So.
And did you start with Eskrima? That was your first martial art you did?
So Eskrima, and then boxing. My dad was an amateur boxer, and some Kaji Kempo. Yeah, but Eskrima was when I moved to Stockton. I was getting picked on a lot. I came from the Bay, and I moved North Stockton, and North Stockton, man, was a bunch of fucking white boys and people from Lodi, and I spoke perfectly good English, and anyone else like my color, like didn't. They were basically ESL. I don't know a second language. I just know fucking English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these dudes are just like pick on me, beat my ass like every day. So my dad was like, "Bro, your fucking granduncles are screaming masters. You're gonna learn how to fucking stab somebody." You know, so.
For those who don't know, could you give like a description of kind of what Eskrima is?
Yeah. So Eskrima is a Filipino martial art that has to do with like knife fighting, pretty much. You know, so that's basically the base of my martial art. That's where for a big dude, I have like really good reflexes. And really fast, and it's because of the Eskrima. Boxing is like my major defense. My reflexes from Eskrima, and then my technical aspects are basically from jiu-jitsu.
And then, Alika, like, how's that been? Like, were you growing up in that intense environment, like, since a young age?
I don't think as intense as my dad's, but definitely replicated it for sure in a lot of aspects. I started off with Eskrima naturally, right?
Yeah.
And then kind of grew up in martial arts with my dad. As far as my life experiences, like when I was a kid, I would get picked on because I was the fucking small Asian kid. Older kids would try to pick on me. But then once I got a little older and started like cementing myself in combat sports, wrestling and jiu-jitsu, people really stopped trying to fuck with me, you know, and then try to befriend me. So I had, as far as that went, my experiences with people differentiated from my father's.
Yeah, like
you
they
know?
kind of started converting to like liking you and like wanting to be with
Yeah,
you.
no one would try to jump me or some shit like around what my dad would try to do, or his age. But people would just try to befriend me, be my friend, you know, be like, oh, fucking, I don't want you to fucking fuck me up because of this and that. I was like, dog, I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, just don't fuck with me.
You
If
just know
you're
how to
gonna
defend
fight,
yourself.
you're gonna fight if
Yeah.
needed, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna go pick on anyone.
Yeah, it's crazy because you get to the point where it's like, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's pretty much what it is, man. Like, you get a reputation of like, dude, this guy can fuck you up. So
Honestly,
I might as well become his friend.
honestly, what I think it is that my dad beat so many guys' asses when he was younger and growing up that all their sons heard stories and wanted to be my friend. So I think I just piggybacked off my dad's fucking, you know.
You're like
his,
tattoo Foster right here, just so they know.
It's crazy, dude. We get hella students that way too. Like, they're like, bro, I knew you growing up, and like, my son's not gonna be a fucking victim. Like, you're gonna fucking train him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nuts. But and then I'm like, fuck, I didn't even know you growing up. It's like, trust me, I knew you, bro. Like, don't trip. Like,
Your fist was covering his face,
Yeah.
so you couldn't really see.
and, and then they see my kids. You guys don't know Cyrus is not in the frame, but Cyrus is here too.
Cyrus is there.
Cyrus,
Shout out.
they're really respectful, but you know, growing up in that combat sport lineage, they like everybody fucking knew like the Fosters get down. You know what I
fuck
mean?
with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like growing up in Stockton, I know you guys both grew up in like different time periods of Stockton, but is there like a certain pride you guys have being from Stockton, like that you push really hard? Because I have a friend from Stockton. I grew up skateboarding, and we'd always be like skating around town and stuff. And whenever you saw like another group of people on skateboards or bikes or something, you just start fucking talking shit, like yelling across the parking lot or whatever. And every time we start talking shit, he'd always finish it with like, "I'm from Stockton." And I always fucking wondered, like, do you guys have pride like that from being from Stockton? Or
I do myself, man. Actually, I've had a lot of people, especially now that the gym is established as a public school, and that we do fairly well. You know what I mean? They want me to like move out of this town and like teach somewhere else, but I think if I had more, you know, fucking dudes like me that were just down to earth, not necessarily being an asshole, but like just someone like that I can gravitate towards to get me out of being a gangbanger. You know, I skated too, but like fighting was my shit because growing up it was like, bro, like, you know, I don't want to say kill or be killed because motherfuckers weren't killing people back then. But you know, you would get your ass beat if you were a punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not all of us are in a position to where we're raised in a family that fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I could be that one catalyst for another child to not be bullied or not get fucking picked on and come up in this area, especially Stockton, and not have to grab a gun and be able to say, bro, like, you know what? This guy obviously has a fucking chip on his shoulder. He has a problem. I'm just going to fucking walk away, you know, to know that. Because a lot of times, especially other combat sports, striking, I grew up striking. I didn't start jiu-jitsu until I was 28.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu humbled the shit out of me.
Dude,
And growing up as a fighter, striking, like I got lucky all the time. That's the only reason why I ended up on top, because I would close my eyes and I would fucking connect and get lucky and the other guy would be out. But there's none of that shit in jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Jiu-jitsu is more like, we go hard. Obviously, you've seen this morning. Motherfuckers are trying to kill each other. But at the same time, you're a more humbled person because, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I could fuck you up and then you might fuck up Alika and then Alika's fucking me up. And now all of a sudden we have this, like, kind of twisted triangle to where it's like, oh,
That's
dude,
a
like,
threesome.
yeah, we're not, like, fucking that badass. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where in boxing, the bigger dude usually gets the upper hand.
Always is gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
expect someone to be like good, or you kind of you know, take the appearance and you're like, all right, let's just roll with this guy, and then he
Yeah.
submits you like 3 times. You're
Yeah,
like,
fuck yeah.
Damn, I
Definitely
gotta be
don't want
better.
to judge a book by its cover
Yeah.
with jiu-jitsu.
I picked this guy today thinking he was a beginner like me, and he fucking ran my shit. I was like, God damn.
It doesn't help when it's no-gi too, so you don't see everyone's rank.
Yeah,
you know, you're trying to see like any
exactly.
kind
No
of color on
belts.
their rash guard. Like, are you blue? Are you brown?
Oh,
or
you got
something?
the level black shorts. You know what you're doing. But yeah, we're on the recent pod. I was talking about that. Like, my ego's been fucking destroyed from jiu-jitsu.
Dude, you're
Like,
not fucking lying, bro.
I've never done anything like it, like any combat or MMA stuff. So like, Yeah, I came from other sports, and I've always kind of had like an ego to me, I think. And I've always been able to just work hard and get like better and fucking be better than everybody else. And jiu-jitsu's gnarly, dude, because it's been fucking me up. Like you can't have any type of ego, you know? The humility is crazy.
We used to, like you said, like we used to be in running backgrounds. So it's kind of like after a year or two, just doing it, like training. Like you're gonna be like with the top boys, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like here, it's like you can't rush it. Like, you know, it's not like in 2 years I'm gonna be with like rolling with you and like submitting you. You know, it's like it's just a sport where you're good and then you're not good and then you're good and you're not good and then it's. I was telling Chris because he's in the beginning stages of jiu-jitsu, so it's like for me, I tell him like the more like exterior motivation you get, like the less that's gonna help because you're just like if you just base it off on beating this guy, I'm doing good in competition. Yeah. Sometimes you're not gonna beat the guy, and sometimes you're gonna lose, and you can't like just get discouraged. It's more just yourself, you know. Yeah. For you guys, like, what keeps you going? Like, what keeps you like, okay, I'm gonna wake up again, and I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, you want
for me, I mean, fuck, like now I'm happy to say it's my job. You know, I remember when I was a kid when we had started training jiu-jitsu. 2005, 2004. 2004 is when we started.
Shout out to Old School Smashing.
Fucking the Ice House. Whoop whoop. Kind of forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, what was the question again?
What keeps you going?
What keeps me going? So, like you said, there's gonna be hills and valleys, right? It took a lot of self-reflection and transparency to realize that and accept it, especially as a blue belt, right? You should know blue belt's fucking hard. You know, it's only going to get harder until you pass the threshold. I look forward to those. I love it when I'm deep down in the valley and I have to fucking push back up. And now that it's my job, it's not just about myself. Before I got this gig, my dad said, hey, look, you're going to have to take a step back from yourself and really focus your time on building other people up, you know. And I did that. And not only are they getting better, I feel like I'm getting better too, you know?
Straight up.
That's what keeps me going. That's what helps me. My family is the number one. And my wife, my kid, they both train and help me out at the gym daily, all the time. They're a very big motivation. My family here, my parents, fucking my brother, my sisters, they're still doing this shit. Very big motivation. The family name. Right, to touch on like if I'm proud of being from Stockton, I am proud of being from Stockton, but I'm more proud of being a Foster because of the weight it holds in Stockton, right? Yeah. But yeah, no, my motivation is seeing other people progress. You know, seeing the everyday working man that comes from his 9-to-5 job to fucking spend time away from his family to fucking train and get his ass beat and probably get yelled at, right? Just to come back the next day and repeat it. You know, just because he loves this shit. There's a lot of motivating indicators for me.
Yeah, and I think like being as an instructor now, it's less about you. You know, like it's more like
sure.
If I don't go. Before it's like if I don't go, the gym's still running. You know,
Right.
But in your positions, it's like if you don't go, you got 10, 20, 30 people not gonna train because you know like you didn't want to show up in a sense.
Yeah.
Does that like pressure ever kind of get to you guys at one point where you're just like, fuck, like I really got people depending on me. Like I you know, you could stop, but like in your head, it's like I can't stop. You know?
Yeah. For Alika, I'm not sure how it is because his is gonna be a little different. But for me, I've been teaching since I was 14, so I vaguely remember from 14 to like 17 where there was times where I was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. I don't want to teach this shit. Fuck this shit. But honestly, like now it's such a part of my life. Like nobody could show up and I'll still be at this fucking place. You know what I mean? And it's been like that for many years. Even before jiu-jitsu, it was like that. I would, there were days where I would wake up for practice like 4 a.m, set up everything, 5 o'clock in the morning, no one shows up. Fuck it, I'm lifting weights by myself. You know, and so for me, it's kind of like part of my identity. So the fact that people thinking that people depend on me, it's not really, it's automatic for me. You know what I mean?
Like you're kind of past that point where it's just like it's like brushing your teeth,
dude.
You know?
I've been doing this shit since I was, like I said, 14 years old, and then running the BBB club before we even had a name. Since I was in my like late teens, early 20s, and then when we finally like solidified a name for our crew, like late 20s, early 30s, like it's just part of the fucking it's the strokes, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just how it is. So for me, it's a little different. You know, for Lay, probably.
As far as pressure goes, I mean, fuck, like, I grew up watching my dad teach, right? I grew up fucking watching or waking up with my dad. He would wake me up, right? Middle of the fucking night when you were working at In Shape off of Ben Holt.
Yeah, for
Don't
sure.
be a pussy. Let's go.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
Going to In Shape off Ben Holt at like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was working as a janitor over there. I'll go with him to his job, help him work. He would work out on his own, and I'd spot him for like 2 hours. And then like people would come back to back to back, for like 4 hours straight, just coming to train with him as far as privates go. And this is when he was still teaching Eskrima super heavy.
And working a full-time job.
And working a full-time job.
Not only the fucking the job at In Shape, that was just so I could have free membership.
Yeah.
Like having a job aside from that.
Yeah. Fuck, he worked construction for the longest time, training, teaching, you know, waking up wee hours of the fucking morning, coming back when it's almost dawn, comes home, takes a shower, lift weights for fucking 2 hours, then goes out to train, you know? So me seeing that is like, how could I compare to that? Yeah. You know, how could I live up to that? It took me a while to gain the confidence to be able to be my own person and kind of accept that, hey, I was bred to do this, you know? So is there pressure on me? Sure. But now I'm going to accept it, right? Because he's doing it, you know?
Yeah. I know Chris was wondering, because you were saying, like, before you even had a name, now you kind of have the BBB, and you're, like, Aries Stockton as well. He was wondering how you got how you guys started the BBB.
The Buffalo Black. So, this is like a fucking, like a long, what do you call that shit, Cyrus? When they do those stories for the heroes? No.
Like a long time ago back in
this
you know?
So basically,
Throwback.
Basically, fucking, my father was known in the like field workers, like the Paisas, we call him Buffalo. He'd be like Buffalo. He had his big ass afro. He's a fucking big burly Hawaiian dude.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I only knew those people. Those were like his people. You know what I mean? They would come over during the off season, play cards with him, get drunk with him, talk shit with him, gamble with him. And so they would always call him Buffalo. So I knew my father as Buffalo. Well,
That's a tight ass name.
You would call him Buffalo
bro.
too?
Huh?
You would call him Buffalo?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Shit.
Buff. I call him Buff. Yeah, my dad. So
Everyone just calls me a loser, so.
you belong in this crew because I call half these motherfuckers loser too. No. Just playing. So not playing. Anyways, fucking he was known as Buffalo. So when he passed away, he had a big Eskrima group that was like under him, and they wanted to do this like huge tournament, but they wanted to do it and as a fucking, you know, as a to in his honor, they wanted to enter, but they wanted to go under our school's name. Well, we really never had a school name.
Yeah.
We were just like fucking these guys, you know, the Stockton crew. Yeah. So actually, I don't know if he remembers, man. We were like sitting around like, dude, what we're gonna fucking call ourselves because we're gonna enter like 150 people in this big tournament.
You gotta have a name.
That's the hardest part. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's
From scratch.
I remember all this.
yeah,
actually.
and he's like, dude, like fucking the Buffalo Brotherhood. And I was like, well, fucking, he passed away because it was for my dad. You know, he passed away that year. So we're called Buffalo Black because in Hawaii, black is like malus. That's like if you die, that's the black side.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we just called it the Buffalo Black Brotherhood. So the brotherhood of the fucking dead buffalo, basically.
Damn.
And we did that tournament, fucking murdered. We fucking killed it.
Merc all you old motherfuckers.
Yeah. I fucking entered these guys at like 13 years old. They were fucking killing like 30 and 40-year-olds.
Fuck,
bro.
like a hobbyist just trying to blow some steam. He's like, God.
But they don't understand how we train, bro. We train
Yeah, you
fucking
guys were
crazy.
ready for this, you know?
Yeah.
And
We're
then
fucking each other up for that.
Yeah,
yeah, fuck yeah. So
Water
we
hoses,
entered
bear
that,
sticks.
and then eventually what we ended up doing was like we got into freestyle wrestling, obviously the grappling and MMA, and then every time we'd enter a tournament, we'd enter as the Buffalo Black Brotherhood. You know, like fuck it, we'll just keep the name going.
Yeah.
But then when we opened the school, I tried to tell my wife, bro, like, because it had already been like years in, 11, 12 years in. And I told her, well, we need to change the name of the school because it's kind of like, we did it as a fucking ode to my father, obviously.
But the running joke was if you put all the B's together in lowercase, it looked like sixes.
Yeah. And I was a biker, bro. Like my father was a biker. He rode fucking Harleys. I rode Harleys. So I purposely had the fucking B's look like lowercase sixes.
Yeah.
I was young, you know. I was like, fuck them, you know.
Good.
It's edgy, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then I told her I want to switch the logo up. I want to do this. She's like, nah, fuck that, because motherfuckers that know you, like, they're gonna want to train with you because of you, how you are. So we just kept it, you know. The Aries thing ended up being is a business, you know, thing.
Like it's just an affiliate that happened.
Well, you know, I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
They gave me a chance. Samir, shout out to Samir Santri,
Hey,
Queixinho, and yeah, fuck yeah, the best coach, bro, actually, and fucking and Milton. But they put all their money on a fucking blue belt. You know,
gave you a start.
Gave me a start, you know, to let me just run my own academy, and
now you guys have been affiliates for what, like
7 years now?
7 years. So
Yeah,
that shit runs deep now, huh?
Yeah, killing it now.
deep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
We're still there. I think we're like the redhead stepchild. You know, we're kind of like against the grain.
Yeah, like,
You know?
because Samir's very cut clean,
bro,
Aries
he's
is
straight
very
up.
cut clean, you know. But here, bro, you post a story with cuss words, like you're gonna repost it,
Yeah,
like, you know, or
Well,
like you're gonna
honestly,
say whatever. Like
honestly,
doesn't matter.
like I've gotten shit for that. Like them motherfuckers. I mean, they were like, "Hey," they were like, "Bro, like that's not our image," you know, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm like, okay, because I used to just post on Aries Stockton, like not so much BBB. It was like my family shit.
Yeah. Now,
And then now it's like, well, okay, well you don't want me to put it here. I won't put it here. But you can't tell me how to do
Yeah,
my
BBB,
shit, because that's people love me for me. You know, it's not because we're affiliated with Aries.
yeah, you can't really. So it's like Aries stuff is just kind of like the gym and the brand, and then like
Yeah.
your promotions are like your
Aries
schedule,
stuff is
you know.
the gym, you know, for the most part. But the brand is
The culture and
Buffalo
the
Black.
brand is Buffalo.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah, because you basically post on.
I don't
like,
give
it's
a
your
fuck,
count, you
bro.
know?
I had a
Doesn't
bitch.
give a
I had a bitch ass
fuck.
motherfucker post message me today talking about I got needed the ribs Friday.
Bro, we saw
I was
that.
like, you're such a fucking cunt.
dying on the way here. Like,
Bless his soul.
Just the last message. You're such a cunt.
Yeah, he's lucky I didn't fucking tag him in this shit.
Just
but,
to leave him there.
Yeah,
You know,
you
just to
know,
leave him
Follow
sitting
at
there.
Buffalo Black
yeah,
on
Yeah,
Instagram
he's a
if you want
follow
good
on
stories.
Instagram.
Dude,
If
at
you want to
fucking
get
3
off
in
your
the morning.
ass and fucking get after it, follow
You want
Buffalo.
some real
A
motivation.
quick side note on that. It's fucking crazy because I got homies from the Bay, and they got like legit ass fucking homies like in LA, and they're like, "Oh, bro, like, do you want any of this thing? I'm going to my boy's gym," and they're like, "What gym?" They're like, "Buffalo Black Brotherhood." And they're like, "You mean the fuck you don't be a pussy guy?" Fuck yeah, like I want fucking, you know, this size shirt, this size shirt. So they'll go to like Worlds or fucking Pan Am's, and my boy will come in and like buy like 15 shirts. I'm like, who are these for? Oh, the fucking homies from LA want your shit. They're gonna rock it out there in, you know, Vegas or whatever.
I just saw you had posted someone, right? And they were ripping your stuff from like a different place. I think it was like a different. I don't know. It was recently. I think it was like it took a picture of his back, but Chris. Really
it was Tennessee.
He wants
Virginia. It was
Yeah,
Kirk.
it was Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Chris is hoping to probably buy something.
Yeah,
out
I'll
of it.
cap his
We're gonna have some
company.
pictures right now, like of their merch, because they're like the style. You guys have like just a signature style of just cool shit, you know?
We
Right
definitely have our own steez. We've
Dope.
had it for a long time.
I
Yeah,
love
straight
the
up.
one that says drinking, fighting, fucking. On
Bro,
the back.
that's
That is a
fuck
favorite.
yeah.
That is a favorite.
So good. Regarding Buffalo Black Brotherhood, like the brand, what are your goals or like aspirations with that? Is it just like a hobby or? something
I mean,
you're trying to
obviously
grow?
not. We got a fucking shop here.
Goddamn
we're
right.
we're gonna be in like 4 fucking gyms.
Uh-huh.
You know, from here to the Bay.
Uh-huh.
Pretty soon here. We'll be in JG Tracy, Alika's Academy.
JG Tracy
We'll
will
be in
have merch
Evermore.
soon.
But right now, how it's going is how we've established ourselves. We're more like the lifestyle kind of fucking crew. You know what I mean? So people that are about that shit, they gravitate towards it, and we're more of a brand now. You know, so.
Do you ever have people that join your gym and they don't really know like what you're about, and then they're like, "Holy shit, this is too much for me"?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's always, bro. This is what I tell everybody. I told everybody, they're like, "Oh, I want to do jiu-jitsu. I seen you on fucking Instagram, blah blah blah, this and that." Cool, check it out. Try a trial class.
Yeah.
But there are like 9 other awesome professors in Stockton. Try all their schools out. They'll all give
Yeah.
you a trial. Try every single school out. You're gonna end up going where you fit. Okay,
Yeah.
because every vibe's not the same. And I'm more that fucking hood vibe, and everyone else is. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be fake. Everyone else wants to make money off this shit, and I really don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I just want some
Kinda
real ass
just happens.
niggas in my corner. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be a real ass dude, I'm gonna be a real ass dude with you, and that's how the fuck it is.
You know, it was always like that growing up too. I would never bring people over because He would force us to work out and see if they were a bitch or not.
They're like, man, I just want to play some Xbox.
No, seriously.
No,
Give me 20,
I
20,
would
some
never
time.
bring people over, and if I did bring somebody over, then they'd be down to work out and train.
Yeah, bro,
Shout out to
that-
Taylor Mullen
Yeah.
and Nico Gutierrez. You fucking
Fuck yeah,
fuck.
Nico.
Fucking Nico.
Was he on that other pod? I watched the podcast with you.
He
guys,
was in
so
that other
you
one.
guys
Yeah,
see
Nico
his
was
search.
there. Yeah.
Nice.
He
Where he's at
he
today.
actually teaches our 7 o'clock class,
Oh,
7
nice.
a.m. Yeah, he's a purple belt under us.
Do you teach beginner classes, Kalani?
Yeah, straight
In
up.
the beginner classes, like, do you cut it down a little bit, where you're like, okay, let me be a
I
little,
try
little
to, man,
softer
but
on
I
them,
get
or-
a lot of dumb motherfuckers. You know what I mean? No, straight up, like, you know, and I don't like. I'm not gonna be in your face talking shit, but I'll talk shit.
No, he'll talk
It's
shit
like,
in your
dude,
face.
like, okay, it's been like fucking 4 weeks. Are you fucking mentally retarded? What the fuck is wrong with you? And but more than likely, if you've been with me for fucking more than 2 days, you're already gonna know, like, oh yeah, I was raised like this, or I had a coach like this, or this is what I need. A lot of people, that's what they fucking need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't need to be fucking coddled. They just need to be told to
What to
fucking
do.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
either black or white.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing good or you're not doing good.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see this
And,
shit.
you're for people who haven't been at his gym. Do you want one or no? You're good.
I'm chilling for
Okay.
now.
Still has
Like
to
he's
drive home.
he's very vocal as you're rolling too, which is really nice because it's like you're paying attention, you know?
Oh yeah, fuck
and
yeah.
it's
That's
like,
always nice to hear.
and it's like, if you're doing a mistake or you're in a certain stuck position, you're gonna have this guy in your corner being like, "Fucking pull that shit out," you know, or
Yeah.
just turn, move, like do something, you know?
yeah, straight up. Dude, we were just at the super fights for Arte Suave. Shout out to Alfredo.
Hey,
Shout out to Jiu Jitsu Poppy
Hell
and
yeah.
Kale's Jitsu.
We're over there and fucking I had like some 10th Planet homies on the side of me, but he had like 4 friends.
And
It was
shout out to the
VIP
10th
section.
Planet dude that had the red fedora on,
Fuck yeah.
dancing on stage.
Joel.
Before Joel.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, dog. You're fucking
Fuck yeah.
tight.
That's who hooked me up with these fucking
Is
brims.
he the one that?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's like
Hey.
OG Boulevard brims, bro. You
Hey,
gotta
big
go
shout
there.
out.
Fuck yeah.
Because he had a blue one on at Jiu Jitsu World League. That shit was clean.
Yeah, locals only 916.
There we go.
you like the fedoras,
rock
huh?
those hoes.
You
Fuck
rock
yeah,
those.
bro. Fuck yeah. You know what the thing is that we've lost in this generation. When I was growing up,
You're good. Yeah, he's just adjusting.
my fathers and the OGs would they were like fitted. They stayed fitted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then like our generation, kind of like we lost it. We still
Yeah.
dress like kind of like kids.
Yeah,
you know?
like people were dressing like they dressed to
early
and
2000s
anything.
style.
Yeah, it would
You know?
it would be like fuck. We're gonna
90s.
dress to fucking go out, and it's like where are you going? I'm like, oh, we're going to the supermarket.
Yeah,
but we're still fucking dressing.
Even right now, I literally just made that comment to him. I was like, "Damn, you're really getting dressed up to do the pod." And he's like, "This is
Yeah,
just how I
it's
dress," you know.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
this
"Look
is-
at us,
yeah,
you know."
every day,
This shit regular.
Yeah, shit. These are fucking. I got married in these motherfuckers.
Bro, that's all they wear is Chuck Taylors,
Yeah,
the
bro,
high
these are
tops,
like-
bro. Come on.
They got fucking clutch foot from a motorcycle I sold like
I
10
saw
years
that
ago.
in your story. I was like, damn, that lace hanging on my thread.
But I
Literally.
dude, fucking got married in these motherfuckers. Shout out to Rosalie.
Shout out, mom.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Shout out moms,
goddamn,
in
17
general.
years ago.
17, yeah.
Congrats.
We
Yeah,
got
you
married.
guys have been together for a while.
No,
huh?
we've been together pretty much since after she got out of high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
So through thick and thin, huh?
Yeah, fuck
So
her.
they've
Dude,
been
she's a
together for
fucking gangster.
27, 28 years.
Yeah.
How old am I? 20.
Right away, they just started
Little
getting
shotgun
started.
I know your kids.
My
are-
pull-out game sucks.
Yeah, you have 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Then
I
him,
got
and
Alika,
then
Cyrus, he's 21, and then Leia's 14.
14. Yeah.
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 One slip up, huh? And you're like, fuck, a big ass gap, huh?
No. So with that, obviously,
I was the mistake.
it wasn't not a mistake, but I did
It
fuck
was just
up.
a surprise.
You
Like,
belong,
yeah.
okay?
like,
I
I guess
do-
we're staying together then.
Yeah.
Huh?
But with Cyrus, it was like, okay, we finally got our shit halfway together. Let's fucking do it. And then with Leia, it was like, well, fuck, we're getting old as fuck, and I don't want to be that fucking 40-year-old with fucking a fucking baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's see what's up and try to fucking we'll have another one and we're done.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. And honestly, I think it sucks that they're spread apart so far, but at the same time, for us, it was good. For them, it sucks because like he's gonna be old man while Leia's gonna graduate. You're gonna be how old?
Fuck, I'll be over
35.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, 35 or some
But
shit.
it's good because you kind of could take one at a time and like, right?
Yeah, They all have their own time with us, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He had the worst time because I was a motherfucker. So
I mean, I still had a good time.
yeah. Shout out to fucking
You know, it sucked when
Optimal
it
fucking
sucked.
Health TRT out in fucking Georgia, bro. They fucking sponsored me. They tested my TRT. My TRT is the fucking high fucking.
I don't know what
The
that's
It's
high
gotta
normal.
be. Test.
Yeah,
for
my
the
test is
proof.
high normal.
Gotta
so
be.
when this guy was fucking being raised, bro, my shit was probably through the goddamn roof.
Swimmers
And then slowly but surely, I'm becoming a fucking bitch, bro. Like a
just
a
cry.
shadow of my former.
Chill.
No, fuck no,
No,
fuck
you're
no,
not.
none of that
I'm
shit.
crying.
But like my daughter will fucking run us, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Like if that was your brother, I'd have fucking beat his ass, you know? She's like, you're not beating my ass. And next thing I gotta smack her upside her head because she's getting be a smart ass. But like I see it. I seen it in my father. My father was hard as fuck on me. Yeah, he must have had crazy testosterone because he had me at 30, bro. He was fucking hard as fuck.
Buffalo
Buffalo
sperm.
was fucking crazy. And then he had my brother 4 years later. Not so hard on him. And then my sister, he was already an old man. You know what I mean? He didn't give a fuck.
I think
My sister Tua, she's fucking spoiled little girl.
that's how I'm the youngest, so I kind of see
too.
that like my parents were, especially my dad was so aggressive,
Yeah.
and my mom was so like attentive, you know. And then now my age, bro, they're both like just withered down, just like, you know, like way more relaxed, way more calm, and it's like it's just the
Yeah.
age, you know.
Yeah.
But it's cool because it kind of grounds you, you know. You get a better. I feel like for me, it gets a better relationship with my parents, you know. Like, but it's crazy how you guys are all seeing just different cycles of the same guy, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
No, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
So
But it's still that same crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, still got the buffalo, you know.
Yeah. I quit doing coke. Why? You got coke?
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
you guys trying to do coke? So you're on TRT? You're sponsored by
No.
them?
They hooked me up with some peptides, which are really good. But no, my shit's too high to fucking
Really?
do that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, straight up.
If you don't mind, do you mind talking about like your drugs past?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's get into it.
Why not?
Dude, yeah, I know, straight up, bro. You want to get into my drug past? Fuck. Okay, so unlike a lot of motherfuckers, your generation, I was a functioning drug addict, and just
Like these pussies, they can't
just
hold their own job.
Just so you guys fucking know, when I was growing up, fucking dope smokers were fucking whack.
Yeah.
You know, like just hanging out, having no ambition.
When you say dope,
I mean
means
weed.
weed.
I mean weed.
Yeah, weed.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guys who
Dope
smoke
is
weed.
weed in his
Guys
in
who
his time.
smoke weed when I was growing up were like no ambition, barely hold down a job kind of shit. You know what I mean? The guys who were go-getters were like pretty much guys who snorted fucking crank.
Yeah.
You know, and if you had a lot of money, then you did coke and
Yeah.
you know, coke and bitches. That's pretty much it. But growing up, dude, in the martial arts days, a thing that kind of fucked me up in the martial arts is all the fucking masters I trained with were all fucking party animals and womanizers. So they all did a shitload of fucking drugs. They all fucking drank like a motherfucker, and they all cheated on their fucking wives. That's what I seen growing up.
yeah,
You know
those
what I
are your
mean?
influences. Yeah,
But at the same time, my father was one of them, and he fucking held down a job 24/7. You know what I mean? And when I had this dude, me and my father really didn't have a really good relationship. You know, so in order to fucking get us close, my dad started fucking slowly fucking, hey, son, like do this line of coke with me, blah blah blah.
Oh shit, just to like build a bond in a sense.
I think it was
The coke
he could-
bond,
I
you
think
know?
what it was, yeah.
you
couldn't-
do half a
he
line,
couldn't-
I do half a line,
yeah.
we connect in the middle. You know?
Honestly, I think it was to a point where I became such a fucking threat to where I was gonna fuck his ass up any fucking second,
Yeah.
and that was a way for him to bring me back to being his
like
you
on
know,
his side.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's basically what it was. And I myself, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else in my family, but I became a fucking drug addict from it. You know what I mean? Like hardcore.
Yeah.
And it started off with coke.
Did you start off kind of what age?
Oh, I was late. I was later in life, dude. It was like 19, 20. Yeah. Started doing coke. Funny story. We'll get back to it. Just remind me about my allowance. Okay. Because I've been dabbling in drugs a long time. I just never did drugs till I was about 19, 18 years old. And fucking basically I fucking started partying with my father, and I started getting off the hook. So my dad started pulling it back.
Oh, he's like,
Like,
fuck.
yeah.
Once he opened that
And
gate,
it was just coke at the time. Well, I had a fucking cousin that had got kind of like exiled from Hawaii for doing meth and robbing old ladies.
wait, they're like, get the fuck
Yeah, they're
out
like,
of
get the fuck
off
out of
island?
here.
Yeah, Uncle
Basically.
That
Jimmy.
happens.
Yeah. It happens
Oh
a lot.
shit.
Dude. So fucking we're fucking hanging out, and I'm jonesing, and he's like, can you get a hold of crank? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, get a 1/4 ounce of crank, and we could fucking clean it, and I'll make ice. Back then, people didn't smoke fucking meth. So I got a hold of it. You know, I knew bikers, so I had the connection, and we cleaned dope. And next thing I know, I was hooked on fucking methamphetamines for like 12 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was just the start, basically.
That was the start.
Of like
and then I couldn't kick the habit. I kicked the habit because of this dude. Basically, honestly, dude, like one day I had been up on a fucking binger. It was during the off season of work. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this dude and I'm like, I don't want this for my fucking kid. You know what I mean? Well, my dad did to me. I don't want that shit. So I kind of quit. I didn't quit cold turkey, but it was a start.
It was like a big jump down. Like
yeah, straight up, bro. Like I'm looking at this dude like, fuck, dude, is this what I want for this motherfucker?
Yeah, like to do the same cycle.
Yeah,
you know?
just repeat the cycle. Because my father basically OD'd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So there's only like one end if you just keep going, essentially. You know?
Yeah. Eventually.
Dead end,
You know, sometimes people get lucky, but yeah, I was a fucking head for like 12 years, bro. And it was right when ephedrine was taken off the market. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
It sounds really familiar. But,
Yeah, it used to be in diet pills, ephedrine, and there's a place, a 99-cent store. It's actually still there.
You used to sell that shit on the racks.
Yeah, and they had it on the racks, and I bought the whole fucking rack.
I remember that day.
Yeah, California fucking. Yeah.
Damn.
California
That was the same time they would
Yeah,
sell
all this
gallon jugs of Carlos Rossi of
Yeah.
wine at the
Yeah,
99-cent
because
store.
I'll drink like a motherfucker too. But I fucking took every pill they had, and I told them like, whatever you have in the back, I'm gonna buy.
And they don't find that sus. They just don't give a fuck, huh, as long as you have the money.
They didn't give a fuck at
at
that time.
that time.
So what I started doing was I would take like 9 pills every like fucking 5 hours, and then after a month I would whittle down like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 till I was taking a pill a day, and that's pretty much how I weaned myself off of methamphetamines.
Damn.
So
You
right-
did like the methadone thing, but like your own.
On
way.
my own, yeah, on my own,
Fuck.
basically.
Yeah.
But you know, like if you're a drug addict, bro, you have to find the want yourself, and it has to be true in your heart. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want it for this nigga. You know what I mean? And then Cyrus is basically on the way at the time, and I was like, "Fuck, bro! Like, what the fuck am I gonna? You're like, I'm a fucking hype.
Yeah.
You know, I go to work, I make money, but at the bottom line is like I'm a piece of shit. And like that's
it's
not what
the-
I want.
You could still look good on paper, but it's like, what do you bring it home, you know?
Yeah.
And for you, like, were you kind of aware of the situation at your age? Kind of like, fuck, like my dad's kind of.
So when I was a kid, no, I thought this shit was normal up until I was probably a teenager, right? So looking back now, it was like the times he would fucking say, "Hey, go to the room." My uncles would come over and they'd blast fucking Rage Against the Machine or System of a Down for like 3-4 hours straight, and I'm just locked in the room like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you just think,
Right.
You don't really know.
Yeah, I
but
don't
you're
really
kinda
know.
like,
I just think, oh, he just fucking play music or hanging out with my uncles. Fuck, I'm just not supposed to be there. But then as I got older, I kind of realized what had happened, and then it was like we had talks about it. It's not like
Yeah,
he
fuck
hid
yeah.
it from me.
I'm transparent.
Yeah,
bro.
he's super transparent. And he made it very clear he didn't want that for me. I didn't want that for myself, because then I'd see how he would act, or all my other family members that were all fucking, on the shit.
Still fucked up.
Still
Like,
fucked up.
Honestly, like on probably like worse H or fucking fentanyl right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I just knew I didn't want that at all. I didn't want that.
Did you ever feel like resentment towards him, like your dad, or just like anger, or were you just more like?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's normal though, right? Everybody goes through that kind of shit. When we were kids, we don't know what the fuck is going on at the time. We're like, fuck, we just have to deal with it, you know? But now it's like I'm more appreciative of those moments, because at the same time, while I was growing up, my parents were growing up too. So how could I really be mad at them in the end if we're still trying to figure it out,
It
right?
shows you how real shit could get too.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
so if anything, I love my parents more because of it.
Because they've overcame it. And they
Of course, yeah.
figured
Fuck, I seen
like it's not like they're always clean cut from the womb. Like they have their shit figured out.
yeah.
Fuck no.
Then
Hey,
you'll
dude,
start
no one
having
does,
that,
bro.
you
And
know?
if they say they do, they're full of shit, bro.
Yeah,
They got skeletons. They don't want to fucking.
The older-
you know what I mean?
the older you get, you kind of realize like your parents are just like you, but older. You know, like they're figuring shit out. They don't have everything perfect. Like they don't have they're not getting the answers from some random god that's telling them everything perfect.
no,
they're
you're
just
learning.
figuring shit out.
Yeah,
you
it's-
know.
Yeah, you're
All
learning
learning.
straight up.
Always learning.
Even if you're educated, bro, you're fucking learning. Like no one, there's no like, goddamn.
all about the experiences.
Yeah, it's experience.
Yeah.
No class you could take that's gonna fucking set you up and let you know what the fuck is going on with life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once he kind of like started like coming down off the drugs and everything, did you like feel that difference?
Me?
Yeah, like with the relationship with him in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, over the years, for sure. Especially when I came back from the military in 2017. I think things got a lot better between us. Because when I was in high school, I don't think my dad and I's relationship was all that great. It was mainly like a coach and an athlete.
Yeah.
Right. That was our driving force behind our relationship at the time. So there was some resentment there because there would just be days where I'm like, fuck, like, do I really want to do this shit? What do I want to do with my own life, basically, right? Do I want to go to college? Do I want to work? Is what I'm doing now going to help me later on? It has now. And then I remember my dad always telling me, like, look, it's fucking, you're working for your future. It's for the bigger picture, da-da-da-da. And he has his own way of saying it, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can handle it.
You're a fucking
You
cunt.
feel me? Yeah, so you can imagine what the fuck he was saying to me.
So yeah, like
right?
very transparent.
They're trying to
Um,
fucking set you up, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get your ass up. Let's go.
But as soon as I separated myself from that, joined the military 2013, 2014, and then left. We only talked on holidays when I was gone, pretty much. The lack of communication, I think, made our relationship strong. Because by the time I came back, I tried to hit the ground running training, and he was there for me the whole time
Yeah,
while I was fucking up.
I feel like that break is sometimes needed. Like, you know, like you're with your parents for so long, for what, like 18, usually 18 years, but you know, sometimes longer. And like you're with them every day. You have to deal with them every day. You have to deal with their beliefs. But kind of taking like a step back, seeing them from a different view, and then coming back is like you yourself are now your own person, you know. And the fact that he was there with open arms is like really nice. And you guys started on track, you know. You guys came back to training, right?
I came back is kind of like I'd never left, right? And I came back with a wife and a kid, and then I came back to my family, you know, having the gym and doing something that we've talked about at dinner tables and at breakfast for fucking years.
Yeah, it's crazy, like the time, because I mean, I've known you guys just only for what, maybe 2 years, a year, kind of, you know.
Yeah,
really.
a few years, yeah.
And it's just crazy, like seeing where you guys are at now is like you guys are doing it, you know. You're doing the damn thing. You are teaching like full-time Tracy here, and you obviously have BBB, and it's only growing, you know. So it's cool to see for me, like, but it's also crazy because it obviously hasn't always been like that, you know. If I met you 10 years ago, you're probably still doing something else, and you're barely starting, you know.
No, fuck no. 10 years ago, bro, we did the same exact thing.
Same thing.
Right?
No, straight up.
It was at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, we were doing the same exact thing, but fucking either at my house or at the park.
Yeah,
like
that's what
this
they're
shit,
saying. Their start was the start of it, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like it's like it's been the same shit for fucking even before we had this gym. Like people don't realize, and the vibe we bring is the same vibe. Like people don't. They're like, dude, like it's a fucking business. Why are you like this? And I was like, well, fuck them, bro. I'm like, for niggas like me, if you ain't like me, go somewhere else.
Yeah,
kick bricks, motherfucking shit.
Where do you? I don't know if you've had this moment, but where did you kind of like realize like, wow, I'm really kind of setting up something really good here. You know, like I'm really having like these opportunities, you know, and stuff like that. Or was it just kind of like day to day and it happened? But did you ever have like that self-reflection moment where you're like
a breakthrough
holy shit,
moment?
like yeah, like you know, you kind of feel something different.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Like
no.
oh shit, I made it moment.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not saying it's for you, but like let's just say you moving to Tracy and like being able to teach, like that's kind of like a big opportunity, career
that's
moment.
badass.
Huge
That's
ass-
badass.
Shout out to Javier Gomez
Fuck
and Erica
yeah.
Gomez. I want to thank you guys a lot.
A shout out to the plug that fucking ended up fucking that gym up and allowed this opportunity to happen.
Yes, yes.
They fucked up. You moved in.
And
fucked up,
you
man.
too,
Slides
asshole.
right through, motherfucker. Nah, man. Like I said, bro. Like the only difference between what I did at my house and what we're doing currently today is that we have a fucking brick and mortar. You know, I would fucking every morning pull mats out, lay them out in my backyard. We'd fucking train. We'd have fucking a bin full of boxing gloves. Motherfuckers would beat the shit out of each other. Scream of sticks. We'd go to the park and the same shit. You know what I mean? They would be wrestling on grass.
Yeah.
So we've only, you know, the last 7-8 years now coming up. It's going to be 8 years. We've only just like opened a place, but I always knew that because of how we lived our lives and what we did, this has always been a part of me since I was a kid, that eventually we're going to have a gym. My wife knew it. You know, we're going to retire fairly early, 62 or whatever, and open our own gym. And I just got forced into fucking early retirement and opened it sooner. So, yeah, it was second nature, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's part of our life.
Same
so
shit you're always doing, huh?
with Lele, you know, I mean, obviously he's bred into the shit, but the opportunity that he got from Javier was fucking gold. You know, and it's hella crazy because we're gonna open a gym in Lodi, and because of permit issues, that shit fucking fell through, and then it just so happened Javier lost the guy teaching at that gym, and we're like, hey, try my son out.
And give that chance.
Next thing you know, he's like, dude, I want to hire Alika full time. He's hella good. Like, fuck yeah, I know he's good, bro.
It's
How to
perfect.
make that call.
It's perfect. Like, we were talking about this other guy, Thiago. You know, like how that opportunity just like good timing, and lucky, but also if Thiago were to have to quit or relax, that opportunity wouldn't have come. And like same with Alika. Like, it's a lot of like luck and perfect timing, but man, like at any time you could have just settled down and relaxed. But since you kind of like me and Chris were talking about it. What?
Did you just call me Jaime?
Me and Chris were talking about it. How it just like sticking to what you love and you know what you're born into is like it pays off. You know, eventually.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Stay to it.
No, I mean, coming up, I always had it in my head like, damn, like, is this shit really worth it? Right? Fucking, especially before I started teaching full time. Where's the direction I'm going with this? Because of course I fucking love this shit and I want to compete. But am I gonna get at a high level as fast as I want to? Probably not. So I'm just setting myself up for disappointment. And then when I got this opportunity to teach full time, and there was still a lot of pressure. I felt like because before that, I was always behind my dad. You know, and I was always kind of piggybacking off of him. And even when I would teach classes, I would ask him, like, hey, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to work on?
Like a good safety net.
I tell him, bro, like, bro, you got this.
I needed the critique, right? Especially growing up, that's kind of what helped me growing up, getting critiques so I could fix them right away. Fuck, dude, if you seen me growing up as a kid, wrestling tournaments and Jiu Jitsu tournaments, I would just study film day and night, like all the time. But I couldn't do that now, you know? And every time I did record myself in a competition or something, I felt like I wasn't doing good or I couldn't see what I needed to work on. So I always asked my dad.
Like you kind of just see it as like a bad performance in a sense, and you need like someone.
No,
to, like,
it was
help?
just like in my head, I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm trying to do. It's like, fuck, what do I need to work on though?
And then you kind of just
it's just like okay, this path is here.
Yeah,
you know, that path is there. You know
like I just need a different set of eyes or different point of view
from the outside.
And I take it all from other people too, like not just my dad, but his is the most important voice in my head. But now that I'm teaching on my own, when I started, there was a lot of pressure just because I didn't think I was the guy. Right? Like, damn, maybe they hired the wrong dude for this.
You never think you're worthy.
You kind of get like imposter syndrome where it's like, do I deserve this? Am I right? You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially those first 4 or 5 months. It's like, fuck, I'm barely getting people in, barely getting people to sign up. And then the times we do get a lot of people are the nights we have open mats, Friday nights and Sunday nights at Club Tracy, open to everybody, all affiliations.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
And those are the only time we would get a lot of people. But then slowly some of those people would come and try a class. Then they'd sign up. And then now I have a good core group of guys. And then after talking with them and then hearing their reasons for coming, it's like, okay, well, since you're putting your trust in me, that must mean that I have something of value to you. So that gave me confidence to be like, all right, fuck it. Like, I am this guy. And then now I'm kind of running with it, you know? And it's been working out so far. But I still come back here. I still message my dad. And it's like, hey, like, do I need to do this? What do I need to work on still?
Yeah,
you know?
it's nice to have that guidance there, you know, because he's been doing it, right? You know, and he has that. Did you have anyone that, like, you were able to ask? Like, I'm sure once your dad passed, you know, like, was there anyone that was your guidance there?
Honestly, no, dude. I kind of did everything trial and error. My father passing, we had as far as martial arts went, we had a fucked up relationship. So I was doing everything training wise to spite that guy. You know, it's kind of
like a lot of like
we were like cool friends, but growing up in the martial arts, you know, him raising me in martial arts, I was like, man, fuck this dude. I'm gonna blow the fuck up and do better than these motherfuckers. So I never wanted anybody else's fucking opinion, their guidance. All I wanted to do, and thank God for social media, I just wanted to post the shit on motherfuckers. So like if they got around to social media, they would see it and be like, this motherfucker's doing the shit I wish I could do. You know what I mean? And my whole driving factor was just basically that, just to shit on niggas.
Has that changed, or are you saying like that?
Oh, now it's like, nah, bro. Like now it's like, I want to be able to beat the shit out of my granddaughter's boyfriend. You know, when she starts dating. I don't want to leave it on my fucking son. You know what I mean? As long as if I end up going to jail, I'm fucking 60. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be able to fucking hem up my fucking daughter's fucking boyfriend.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 46.
Look at this guy.
I want to fucking
It's like a day over 23.
I want to fucking like, I love seeing like the people losing 100 pounds, or all of a sudden they're these like, they're not even males, bro. They're just like fucking oracles. I don't know. They're fucking cunts. You know, they get no pussy. They live with their parents, and all of a sudden they're fucking start boning bitches. And they're fucking, I'm a fucking man now. I love seeing that shit. You know what I mean?
And then they stop training.
And they stop training. They're
and
fucking
they get
cunts
fat again. And the girlfriend
but
breaks
you know what I
up
mean?
with them.
Like
those are the wins.
That's my driving now.
Yeah,
you know what I
like-
mean? I want to see like people's lives change. I love seeing families come back together because of this fucking art. You know? And the fact that I'm the one doing it, you know what I mean? I'm the driving force, is like even better. You know what I mean?
Definitely rewarding. And you lost a lot of weight, right?
Yeah, you
Doing
know,
this? Here's a picture.
so
before and after.
so I got with Aries, I was like 280.
Damn.
And I'm like 220 right now. Shout out to my nutritionist, because they put me on. They got me on this fucking
Our
diet
healthy
that,
meals.
It wasn't the
Our
guy.
healthy
Andy.
meals. They got me on this diet that like maybe gained 20 pounds, but supposedly there's some kind of shred going on after. Anyways, fucking but I had 6 like major knee surgeries. So I always walked around like 230, 240. I lifted a gang of fucking weight. I was really into powerlifting. I would run like 3 miles every fucking morning. I constantly fucking trained like a motherfucker, but slowly but surely, before I met Aries, before I joined Samir and Keshin, I had like, I think I was like 4 surgeries in or 5 surgeries in.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. And slowly but surely, I was slowing down on my training, and I was getting like really depressed. And then getting back with Samir, training there like, 5 days a week with that guy and Queixinho, and then training with all the Brazilians. Shout out to all those guys. Really like sparked my fire to fucking get back into shit. But then honestly, the nutrition was the biggest part. Yeah.
Yeah, can't really do anything without eating good, you know?
Yeah, man.
Is that how you started with like the Aries stuff? Is like training with them at first? I don't know how you guys started.
No, so
like-
basically what happened with Aries is we opened this gym, and there was I'm not going to say the name, but there was another fucking school that I had been down with for quite a while, and they tried to get us to become affiliates, but it was like $600 fucking a month.
to join them, you're saying? Like to just get their name on
To have them, and for royalties and all this fucking bullshit. And I was telling my boy,
This gym, right? Sorry.
yeah, this gym right here. And I was telling my boy Alfred Santos, shout out to Alfred, he got me into jiu-jitsu actually, man, to stay with it. Anyways, man, fucking I couldn't afford it, bro. It's like, dude, I'm gonna pay this guy $600 a month, and I don't even make that much money. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So one thing led to another, and I got a hold of Samir's number. He got back to me, and he's like, hey, this is what's going on, bro. Like, blue belts don't have their own academies. You know, it's not like back in the day. Like, there's black belts everywhere.
Yeah.
And even if I allow you to do this, there's black belts in your town. You might not last. And
Damn, he gave you that talk like straight up.
yeah.
Like, hey, like.
And I try to tell
know
him,
the
I was
risk.
like, I know the risk, bro. Like, but I don't think you understand, bro. Like, motherfuckers around here fucking know me in this town. You know, I've been training jiu-jitsu, no-gi grappling for like 11 years at the time. MMA, no-gi wise MMA. So fucking I went and I met him, and he's like, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'll be the black belt under your school, and you just run the school. I support you 100%.
Damn. So
Yeah.
in name, it was like he was there, but he's.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
he
you.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another, and they're like, bro, like, they were calling him Masveo at the time, like old man. They're like, bro, the old man is like, he's not supposed to be a blue belt. I don't know what the fuck why he's still a blue belt. He's like hella good. But I tried to tell him the lineage I came from, it was kind of like there was a wall of guys on the wall, and if you tapped one of those guys out, you got their belt. And everyone on the way, blue belts have been training for like fucking 12 years, bro. Yeah. Like, it was old school shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it wasn't like 2, 3 years, 4 years, and then you.
No,
you know.
bro. The guy who like actually took me under his wing had already been training for like 7 years. And so if he's been training 7 years back then, I've been training almost 18 years now. That motherfucker has like 25 years experience, and I gave that dude his fucking brown belt.
Yeah, because you got
You know what I mean?
You were a brown belt for a while, right?
I just I was brown
I
belt.
think for only like a year and a half.
Like a year and a half before I was.
Oh shit!
I received my
maybe because I
received my
just
black.
when I met you, you were brown. So then in my terms, in my head, I was like, damn, I've known him since he was a brown belt. And he's still a
Yeah,
brown belt.
no,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. About
Yeah,
a year and a half, 2 years.
I went through the rank pretty fast, man. But like people don't understand, bro. Like I already had like a significant amount of training under my belt. So by the time they met me, they were like, oh shit, that's why this fucking guy's different. You know?
Yeah, literally.
So
You even hear like from your size, like you're saying, like your speed and your reflexes are crazy for like just like
dude.
your size. You know?
yeah, I'm a shadow of my former self too, bro. Like I was a bad motherfucker back.
Damn, I
in the
wouldn't
day.
want to roll with you before.
Shit.
And I was more aggressive.
Fuck.
I
A
hate to
lot
be this
more
guy.
aggressive.
Is there a bathroom in here? I gotta piss so bad.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hey, help him outside.
Sorry to take you to the
One
bathroom.
outside?
man.
Yeah.
We got Cyrus here. He was in the back. He's the second kid to
He's
Kalani.
the younger brother.
Yeah.
He's got the little
The
buffalo
middle
sperm in
child.
him. You know?
Oh no, he was.
Pause.
He was. I'm pretty sure I'm a meth baby after hearing all that. So I
Seriously?
had all the buffalo sperm.
Damn.
He got
He's, like,
he got the real
supercharged.
strength.
He's like, I'm ready. Right now, you're. Are you teaching any of the classes or anything
I
right now?
teach on Fridays,
Dang.
and I help with the kids.
Nice.
Him and his sister run the kids' class.
Oh, nice. And how's that been like as far as for you?
It's like the best part of my day.
Yeah, like
Aw.
what you kind of look forward to and stuff.
Yeah, definitely the kids. The adults, it's like okay, hopefully we have bangers.
Get the mic sorry close. Just
Oh.
sorry.
With the adults classes, like hopefully we have bangers coming in. You know, if not, we just smash everyone else. But the kids is the best part. They're really competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For both of you guys, I would say like, I don't know. For me, I barely like see myself as coaching. Not yet. Obviously, I'm still like I still just want to be learn, right? But I think the big thing too is like when like if I were to teach kids, it's like you kind of have to realize you have to wait a while. I mean, I don't know. I guess until like they get a name. Obviously, they're getting better. It's always rewarding, even from like 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, whatever. But like, how do you guys take that approach with kids, knowing that it's a long game, kind of, you know?
Well, fucking I'll say this, like it's easier to have kids that already know what's up, right? So like say take the kids from here. They've been at this place for years already. They know what's up, right? All of my kids at my spot, we've only been open not even a year. And well, my kids that are coming in or that I have now, they've never done martial arts or sports at all before coming. So that was a completely different experience for me. For me, I'm not trying to teach them as like, you know, I'm teaching them jiu-jitsu, but I'm more teaching them, you know, self-discipline, you know, how their body works, how their body's supposed to move. Because I have kids that are coming in, they're not flexible, fucking awkwardly shaped. You know, they uncoordinated, but that's expected, right? Uncoordination's expected. You know, can't do push-ups or work out. Fucking, they cry when you tell them something. They're just really sensitive.
Yeah, like
So
it's like
like-
starting from nothing.
Yeah,
like,
so
you know?
for me, I had to start from base level. You know, dealing with crybabies. Now the kids I have, they're pretty fucking not technically sound yet, right? But I could trust that, you know, if they went to other gyms, they wouldn't act out of character.
Yeah.
Right?
They could go some.
They can
place
go
and
other
still
places
act
and I wouldn't
handle.
have to worry about them being a little shit or being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They'd go in, work hard, learn, and then try to use it. Right? I get kids that come from other gyms too. You know, sometimes they'll be like gray belts or kids with stripes already. Right? And I'll put them with a kid that's around their size and their age that hasn't been training at my spot. And then they'll either start crying or get hemmed up. It's like, well, what the heck? Like, you know, what's going on here? And, you know, just teaching the kids to be tough, one, and then being able to apply the techniques. But, yeah, it's definitely easier with kids that already know how to do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it teaching your daughter? Or do you teach your daughter? Or
Yeah, so she's in my kids' classes. When I teach her the same as all the other kids, she definitely picks up a lot faster. And I try to get her to come here, you know,
Yeah.
as much as she can. But she's been around this for since she was born, basically.
Yeah.
So she kind of already knows what's going on. For me, teaching her right now, I love it. It's great. You know, and it's not just me. My wife too. You know, she gives her tips, helps her out. My dad, I'm sure my sister does. But I'm not like super hard on her yet.
Yeah.
Mainly because, you know, she's still young, right? And I want her to be able to enjoy at least most of her childhood. I keep telling myself I'm gonna wait until she's 7.
And then just go full Buffalo.
Just
on
balls
her.
to the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, I was
Just
like,
doesn't
hey,
recognize
your
you anymore.
first 6 years, you could enjoy it. Then once you're 7, boom, it's time to work.
From the birthday
And-
cake, right when she blows the candles, just
Like, yeah,
no more fun.
We're going down to the mats.
Smashes her face. in
And the
the
funny thing is, I've been saying that for a while now, and she's about to turn 7 in January.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So
Do you think you'll follow through, or you still?
I think so, because she's starting to get the fire on her own. Honestly, she's starting to ask him to compete, and if she can train more. So I don't think I really have to do a lot, right? As far as being hard on her, I just think I have to make sure I keep that fire alive.
And like Cyrus, since you've like teached adults and kids, what's kind of like been the biggest difference? Like, do you feel
Talk.
any difference?
The biggest difference I'd say between adults and kids is, with a grown man, if he's a bitch, he knows he's a bitch. He's gonna stay a bitch. The little kid, it's a little different. Like you can build that into them. Like you can build them into, like, believing in themselves more. With a grown man, is you gotta drill them for like 10+ years before they start believing in themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they might start being a little confident. They start whooping some ass, but
It takes a lot to kind of turn a leaf.
yeah, like it takes a lot.
Do you bring like your teachings and stuff home, like, and just your training in general? Because you've been training for a while, right? As well.
Yeah, my whole life.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, a little while.
Yeah, a little while. What was the question?
No, like how do you take like that stuff home essentially? Like, you know, like either teaching or just like you training, like kind of like what's your thought process on that once you're kind of like getting home, and like how do you reflect on it in a sense?
When I get home, especially after like a class like Fridays, or after like, you know, having like a talk with the kids, I try to think of how I can like explain it to them better. How I could, like, what I can explain or branch off of like a certain move so they understand it more, and they can actually use it instead of just sitting there and laying there and like, I forgot the next step.
Yeah. Like you kind of had to just like reflect and try to get better and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you gotten better at like explaining shit since you started teaching?
Yeah, a lot actually. A lot better.
He was saying this off mic, but like Alika, I don't know if you're good at talking, right? I feel like you're pretty
Social.
you're pretty outspoken, you know. Like
Yeah, he's actually a lot quiet right now. I don't know why he's acting like a little bitch.
Once the camera.
But he's the more
Once the
vocal.
camera's on, all of a sudden, huh?
But no, like off camera, fucking yeah, no. It took me a while to gain the confidence to be able to, you know, be comfortable speaking. When I was a kid, I would love to fucking talk. I would talk your fucking ear out, be the center of attention, dance all around. Why not? Then as I got older, I kind of got more timid. I think of coaching like public speaking. If you're not comfortable being on a stage and speaking to a crowd of people, you're probably not going to be comfortable in the middle of a mat talking to just a small group, right? So I think of myself like, hey, I'm just trying to talk to them. I'm not trying to do anything else but talk.
Yeah,
And then now it's like, okay, I used to just rehearse shit in my head
in the mirror,
before. Yeah, in the mirror, or while I'm driving in the car, just fucking look at yourself like this. What the fuck are you going to say today? And just run it through in my head. But now it's like I've learned that you kind of have to adjust on the fly when you're teaching, because then you'll get – sometimes you get classes where, fuck, everybody's here today. Boom, I can teach exactly what I want. But then you'll get those days where, more often than not, that you'll have a class where there's just, you know, all white belts. And you want to show an advanced move today. Boom, you got to fucking think of new shit on the fly. Adjust it. Or you have a move and then only 1 or 2 people come in. Like, well, I don't want to fucking show this shit, right? Or maybe I do show this shit, but I could show more. Because there's only 2 people and they should be able to get this shit fast. So me being distracted by just coming up with new shit has helped me talk a lot, right? And then before you know, I'm not a small talk person. You know, if you find me in the off off the mats in a group of people, and they're starting to talk, I'll probably disappear and then come back.
Just be like, all right, when we're done.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you got different conversation when I come back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say like 2 things for about a couple minutes and then leave again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like for me, my coach is like Samir, you know, and for him, like I guess the big thing I just take out of him is just his confidence. Like he's not much of a talker either. Like we will talk and have some good conversations and all, but for the most part, like he's just confident, like as fuck, you know. Like he's just that guy that kind of like he stands up tall when he shows a move, like he shows in confidence. He thinks it works.
Yeah.
And when I ask him a question, it's like he has an answer always. Like I've never asked him something. He's like, let me get back on you. You know, he's always like, I think this is good. And like I don't know if like 100% every question he might actually know, which probably does. I don't know. He's been doing it for a while. But like, I think it's just that confidence that like teaching brings out of you. It's like, I know what I know. Sure, maybe like someone out there might have like a better technique or whatever, but like this is what I know. And like, this is what I'm going to teach, you know? That's all I got to say about it.
Do you guys have people that you're teaching and they ask like weird ass questions?
Yeah.
Like out
all
of
the fucking
pocket.
time. Like Eugene. If you guys don't know who
Wait, you
Eugene
just
is,
at him?
he's a preacher. Yeah, it's DJ. You guys know who DJ is.
Oh, yeah.
He's the fucking white belt that
Is that
always
what it is?
fucking asks questions. That's who he is, Eugene. Yeah, no, he's the question asker, and he always asks he asks dumb stuff, and he says it like this. He's like, I know this might be a dumb question, but such and such and such. And I was like, well, you just explained the answer inside of your question, so do I really need to say anything?
Mm-hmm.
But he'll say it in front of the whole class, so I'll respond exactly like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're right, I got you. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But here, I'll explain it and show you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's really it. But I firmly believe that like no question is a stupid question, even if it may sound stupid, right? There's got to be something in there, something somebody could take from it.
Yeah.
So I open all questions. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Kalani? Do you think there's stupid questions?
Let me get in this
Just real
frame
quick.
fast, bro. Dude, like straight up,
Fuck it.
like there are stupid fucking questions, but thank God that in my school a lot of people don't ask dumb shit, and it's crazy because I would rather them ask the dumb shit and not have me walk around and
Seeing them do
fucking
dumb
like,
shit.
dude, what the fuck are you doing? How come you didn't ask this when everyone else could have fucking got the answer? You know what I mean? I think it might be because of me. People don't want to get put on the spot.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you seriously just fucking ask that question? It's fucking common sense, but
Yeah, I know. You're like, ask me.
yeah,
okay.
it's not.
What
common,
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's not common sense for everybody. You know what I mean? I have a student that'll fucking, on purpose, will ask the fucking silly questions because in his head he's like, I know these people are not going to ask, and that's what they're thinking. And you know, he's a blue belt of mine. Shout out to Uncle Earl. He's a
Shout out to
fucking
Uncle
G.
Earl.
Hey.
But he'll take one for the team, and every time he's not in class, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to fucking send Cyrus to somebody because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I could already fucking tell, you know what I mean? But yeah, I always get it.
I know you said you had like, is it 6 knee surgeries?
6 knee surgeries, elbow surgery. I thought I was gonna have to have shoulder surgery, and then my fucking my new sponsors hooked me up with this shit that fucking rocking and rolling my shoulder right now.
Damn.
So.
I'm just curious about like the injury aspect of jiu-jitsu because I'm so new, right? And that was kind of something I was scared of for a while, was the injuries and shit.
Just
Does
don't be
it,
stupid.
like-
Tap.
Yeah. Does it change
Yeah.
you guys like perspective on jiu-jitsu, or are you like, I don't know, has it ever made you guys like timid at any points? The
No.
injury aspect?
They never go away, but you never stop either.
Yeah, me myself, I've always been the one to fucking bite the bullet and keep going. I
Damn.
think from my father, that's where I get it. In fact, my first knee surgery, I wasn't supposed to move my left leg for 9 months.
Yeah, almost a
You're not
year.
supposed to move.
He
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to move.
I wasn't supposed to
his
move
leg
it.
at all.
He was getting ready for
Gracie Worlds.
Gracie Worlds, like Nogi Worlds, like fuck, man, a month after my surgery, and I just wrapped my leg in a fucking plastic bag and I fucking rolled with him.
Damn.
Yeah, we
You
would
know?
train at like 2:00 in the morning. He'd wrap his knee up, and then we'd call Daniel or Cliff over.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we're trying to train. We got to get these rounds in. Boom, come through. Train in the garage 2-3 o'clock. in the
Shout
morning.
out to fucking Daniel and Clifton.
Shout out to you guys.
I know I give you guys a lot of shit, but you guys are way better than the other fucking all blacks, bitch ass motherfuckers.
And after each knee surgery, did you ignore the doctor's orders and train like quicker than you're supposed to?
No, my doctor was a gangster, so that motherfucker straight up was like, go out and do whatever you can as soon as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fucking wait. You know what I
Okay.
mean? With that being said, I might have prematurely a couple times went in too soon.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is I have to have like double knee replacements. You know, that's why I retired from my work. That's why I opened my gym. You know, it's been a blessing. But at the same time, it's kind of like fucking God put me in that position. But like, honestly, dude, like my knees, they hurt so fucking bad because it's basically bone on bone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People say they got bone on bone. They're full of shit, bro. They got cartilage.
I got bone.
I literally, if you like look at my MRIs, it's literally looks like a fucking Swiss cheese. There's just holes in my bones because there's no cartilage holding shit together.
Yeah.
And that's what me and my wife are waiting for right now. I'm trying to get everyone set up in my family to where they could experience having the opportunity to fucking use their gifts to actually make money off of it. You know, money's not everything, but if you can make an extra 10 grand doing what you love and still work a full-time job, fuck it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I want to give to my people. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, if I have double knee replacements, I don't know if I'm still going to be teaching jiu-jitsu. I might be teaching eskrima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is there any injury that, like, if your student came to you and was like, hey, like, I got this going on, would you take that as like, okay, don't train?
No.
Because I know today,
Fuck no.
fucking, we saw that text thread. Wait a
Fuck
minute
no.
here.
There's no, hey, dude, unless a bone's sticking out of your fucking body, you're a fucking piece of shit. And you know what? And more than likely, your wife wears the pants in your fucking house because you're a cunt.
Damn.
That's how I see it.
Okay, Kalani. I know your kids are here, but I would not be doing my job as a podcaster if I didn't bring this up. You really be eating ass like that, huh?
I love eating ass,
We
bro.
all eat ass.
We all eat
all
ass.
eat
All
ass,
of
bro.
you. Yes.
Look,
Okay, the
you
rest of the family.
The nigga said, you really be eating ass like that?
This guy thinks we're fucking around.
Yes.
Who do they think they fucking learned this from, bro? I learned it from you, Dad.
Look, we're no stranger to my father and mother's sexcapades. Okay?
Yeah.
We know
I'm
what they
big
do.
on
We're
ass
meth
eating
babies.
myself.
The skills are hereditary.
Good for you, brother. Good for
I
you.
love eating ass. Yeah.
High five.
And
Alright,
fuck
You haven't tried
yeah, Jaime's not a.
I'm the type to get my ass.
Hey,
like,
there we go.
oh,
Hey, look.
You're
It
trying to get
works
your ass
both
in.
ways, buddy.
You got that.
It works
now
both
that's
ways.
different, you know?
It works both ways. It's not different. It's the same.
Feels good.
Jaime, why don't you like ass eating, or why haven't you tried it?
I don't know. Every time I'm in that position to like kind of like even try, I'm just kind of like, I'd rather just eat the pussy. Like, I don't know. Like every time I'm just like there, I'm just like, I'd rather just stick to this, you know? Like,
Are
I'm
you
never,
are
like,
you a messy eater?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Are you like Cyrus?
Yeah, he's got crumbs in his beard. Look at that shit.
Because they need definitely eat ass.
I
Definitely
probably
yes.
should try it though. I mean, I think once I get comfortable with it and like fucking just go for it, you know?
Yeah, you just gotta be
fall in
like, hey,
love with
before we do this, like, I'm gonna take a shower and we're gonna take showers together, because you don't want to just go raw dog that shit.
Yeah. You gotta be
Yeah,
prepared.
Unless you're Cyrus.
Yeah.
What? No.
then you'll
after
never eat
practicing the
ass.
Shout
saw
out
right
Amy
here.
Tran in Elk Grove taught me how to do that shit.
Or his ass.
Wait,
My ass is clean.
real quick. Oh wait, before I derail, do you have anything?
Baby
You
wipes.
y'all be getting your ass ate, or
Nah,
Yeah,
my
fuck with
wife
that.
don't eat ass.
I have.
what'd you think?
It does feel good, but
It must
you
have been
know.
a black girl.
Wow.
No, it was definitely my wife.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out to
Mama
Alyssa,
Liz.
Mama Liz. But yeah, no, I mean it's cool. I like eating ass more though.
And just so you know, dude, she's a fucking G, bro.
Yeah,
She's
she got
fucking-
a
she's
super
straight up a
fight
G.
coming up with Arte Suave on
Shout out
December
Mana.
4th. She's
Bro.
finna kill it.
Fuck yeah, she came over here from New York, not even wanting to fucking train, and got on the fucking mats, did her fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's a badass purple. Hella proud of her.
Could we hear the allowance story? I know we
There we go.
Allowance.
we never
Allowance.
wrapped back
Allowance.
around to that.
Your allowance.
Oh yeah, the allowance store. Yeah, fuck yeah. So
The drugs.
I'm like fucking
The
probably
drugs.
a junior in high school. My brother's 4 years younger, so he's like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, some shit like that.
Mhm.
And we would get a pound of weed each from my father.
Dope.
Okay, dope.
Mhm.
You know, my dad would give us a pound of dope. I get a pound. My brother get a pound. And all my dad wanted was like $300-400. Everything we made on top of that was our allowance. So we would sell fucking weed for that motherfucker. And you know what I mean?
The Buffalo.
Oh yeah, straight up, bro. That's basically how I fucking got money as a fucking kid. I was hustling. You know what I mean? That and I love doing art. Yeah, I did hella art as a kid growing up.
I saw you were like sketching and stuff like that. I think on your story like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you're just like sketching.
Yeah, I'm
shit.
always sitting here doodling.
And do you think that's kind of like how you've got your like style from your merch and stuff like that? It's just like your creativeness. And everything?
Straight up, dude. I had a homegirl. She brought her kids in to train jiu-jitsu with me about maybe like 5 months ago, early in the summer, and she was like, "Law, do you still like?" Because I used to like have paintings and galleries and shit. I
still got some.
Yeah, and she was like, "Do you
Bunch.
still do paintings and stuff like that, and art?" And I'm like, "No, I don't do it anymore." And I told my wife, and she's like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, the merch, bro. Like that's your fucking. You're still doing the street art you used to fucking do. You're just like selling it to fucking people now." And I was like, "Oh shit." I took a step back and I was like, "God damn, I am doing that shit."
Yeah, I feel like it is. It basically is. It's like representing what you are. You
Yeah,
have to have
fuck
like
yeah.
your own creativeness and everything.
I tried to tell a couple of the homeboys when we were growing up. I got some dudes that are they're in their 50s, late 40s, and they're either like b-boys, DJs, or fucking graffiti artists. And I was like, well, I didn't dance much, but I was like hella into graffiti. And I remember when I was a kid, I would like fucking spray paint on shirts and pants, and then paint pen fucking people's shit. And I'm basically doing that shit now.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
More technical, I guess.
in a niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fucking yeah, so I still do the art shit basically. And if you see, like, I honestly think, and Alika could attest for this, everything we ever did in martial arts had to do with fucking style. You know what I mean? Like, I never wanted to do something, win or lose, at least be that motherfucker like, dude, that fool was sick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean? So in jiu-jitsu, I always wanted to have like a dope ass style, you know, like, cause jiu-jitsu is boring. I mean, sorry guys, it's not boring, but sometimes sometimes it gets fucking boring, bro. It's not like, yeah.
And to watch
if
if
you
you
have
don't
a
know
dope
it's
ass
good.
Especially if you
style.
don't know what you're watching.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're watching, but if someone sees like, God damn, that guy looks like he's dancing on top of this fucking dude, they're like, I'm gonna fucking focus on this guy. This guy's fucking sick. You'll like start fucking appreciating it. You know what I mean? That's how we fucking got into gi jiu-jitsu. It was like watching fucking Andre Galvao when he's a fucking brown belt. He was so fucking nasty.
Fucking spin on top
you know?
of dudes.
After he got his black belt, he started winning a lot. Then he's playing it safe. But when he was a fucking lower belt, he didn't give a fuck, bro.
Purple belt, brown
Yeah,
belt.
he would be
was the shit.
backspinning on
Shit.
fucking people. You know what I mean? Doing all this crazy fucking technique and, you know, growing up, or not growing up, but him growing up in jiu-jitsu, me later on in life doing it, that's what we wanted to emulate. Like, we didn't give a fuck because we came from a gym that was like smash and pass. So it wasn't the greatest to watch.
It was just getting the job done.
Just getting the job done. But my thing was like, dude, how can we make this to where we have a name? Because like those motherfuckers, they look fucking sick. Like, they make it look cool. You know what I mean? And that's all from hip hop, from like old school b-boy shit. You know?
That reminds me a lot of skateboarding because
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I grew up skateboarding and it's all about style. And,
Dude,
like,
straight up.
your favorite skater is the dude who looks fucking sick. Like
Yeah.
he could do not even like a crazy ass trick, but if he fucking looks cool, you're
Dude,
like, wow,
Koss,
dude.
Eric Costin is like the fucking most basic of
Yeah.
everything, and shit was just so fucking sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Hella dope. And then now you got fucking Naya
Nice.
is like
Nigel
killing
Houston.
the shit, and he's not doing like super technical
Oh,
shit.
Nija?
But
Yeah.
yeah, Nigel, but it's like big.
He's
You know?
gnarly, dude. He's fucking
Big,
gnarly.
dude.
He gets a lot of shit, low key, like in the skating community, because he's kind of like a fuck boy and like
Who gives
pretty
a fuck?
boy.
bro?
But
Yeah,
That's
but
he's
you know
fucking
what?
slamming so hard.
And
He's doing this
every-
shit since he was like 11, 12 years
fuck
old.
yeah. Everyone's like fucking biting his style. Like,
Yeah.
look at hip hop. Look at how people dress now. Short shorts, oversized shirts. That nigga's been rocking that shit for 5 years, bro.
Yeah. Getting
like,
shout out
watch
for
him.
it.
He knows
Now
what the
everybody
fuck's going
wants
on. Yeah.
it. Yeah. Speaking of the dance thing, I know you guys do like the Polynesian dance
Yep.
classes here at the gym. Do you guys know how to bust down with the Polynesian
Fuck yeah,
dance?
the boys both dance.
I
That's
don't
how I
know,
met
Kalani,
my
with
wife.
Your knees?
Yeah, with my niece, but I still play music.
Yeah.
You know, I still play music. That's actually how me and my wife met. You know what I mean? Through
Nice.
the Polynesian dance troupe.
That was the first art I ever did, was Polynesian dancing.
That's
So I
sick.
started off Polynesian dancing, and
Mm.
then after my dad was like, I don't want you to be fucking gay.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of fucking hotos were coming up in that fucking generation. I was like, man, that's not gonna be my son.
Yeah, I know.
nigga.
So
My generation.
5, 6 years old, I was like, started teaching me to screaming.
Honestly, I didn't talk to my dad for hella long, and then after a while, I was like, dude, take my son. Like, yeah, take my son. Fucking this motherfucker's gonna learn the dark arts.
Cause I remember I would just be dancing, and I would have hella fun.
He was hella good.
But all like, if I wasn't dancing, you catch me in like a fucking gang of girls just hanging out.
Mm. And
Yeah.
you were scared of that, Kalani?
it was because the generation of fucking millennials.
All the
that
boys
were
he
like-
danced with.
It was starting to be okay to be a homosexual,
dick.
and they were
Yeah.
getting beat up for it.
Well,
My generation, if you was kind of gay, you ended up becoming straight
damn. Just
because you just got your ass beat
Mhm.
by niggas in the playground. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I'm just more scared of like,
So
fuck,
like,
like his
dude-
reputation and like getting hurt and everything too.
No, I just don't want my son to be a.
Oh, I just don't want to be gay.
You wanted to be gay?
well, at least they're both certified ass eaters now.
Yeah.
you know?
I know, still eating
Yeah.
ass, huh? But we ain't sucking no cock, nigga. What?
You're not sucking no dick here.
Bitch.
Start closing soon, but real quick, Cyrus. So you're kind of like you're 21, right?
Yeah.
You've been competing and like training for a while.
Mm.
Like do you feel any pressure or anything now that you're kind of like starting to hit your prime times and like starting to expect more? You've already seen like kind of what Alika has been doing and what your dad's has been building. Like how are you
I feel
taking
like
that?
my whole life there's like been like this constant pressure to let's try to meet them up there. But like now more so it's like the pressure like because all these fucking kids are watching me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have all these like kids like watching me now because like I'm over there like coaching them and stuff, and like what would I look like to them if I'm coaching them over here on a mat trying to like push them to be the best and I get my ass beat, you know?
Or you're just not like training hard or stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
you have to have a good example and everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're just like, that's that dude from BBB getting his ass beat. Yeah.
That's a hard thing though because, we in the beginning was like, fucking 12 of us, you know, in the backyard in the park, and then we opened the gym. Like, okay, maybe we have 20. Now we got like over 100 fucking students, and not only that, on the BBB side, we got like another extra 100 followers that
Yep.
represent the clique, and they all belong to different organizations. And now the pressure is like even bigger. But what everyone has to understand is like, you're never gonna have that Gordon Ryan fucking, you're never gonna be like 49-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be 50-50 all the way across. I mean, ask Samir, bro, and Keishin, bro. Like, you're going to take more lumps than you do fucking W's. So if your ego's so high that you have to worry about that, like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Really? That's not jiu-jitsu. Everyone fucking loses,
Yeah.
you know? That's a big
That's-
thing a lot of this young generation can't fucking deal with. Because you see these
Yeah.
fucking crazy motherfuckers. Gordon Ryan's the only fucking guy that has that fucking
That dog in him.
Yeah.
He's so above, but
yeah.
in reality,
and
like
he's
you're gonna win,
our
lose.
Hicks and Gracie.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? Or your Hicks and Gracie.
Yeah.
You know, for my generation it was Hickson, but you know what I mean? Like, that's a once in a fucking generation person. You
But
know?
in reality, like you're gonna be winning. Even in
Yeah,
ADCC, like you guys have people who are winning all the time and they lose. You know?
Yeah.
They just
Bro,
lose.
like,
Like
straight
it's
up.
like, but
Straight
they're gonna
up.
be there in 2 years again. You know,
Straight
it's
up.
just kind of had to handle it. And I think it is hard because like even for me, man, like I've been doing it for 2 years. Like I try to go at least 6 times a week or 5 times a week, and like I get a lot of expectations for myself, you know, and then I'm just like, fuck, like I shouldn't, because like you said, like everything's learning, even just the recent competition, like I lost one, lost one. And it's like,
Yeah.
I just can't be like, I should be perfect. I should be winning. Yeah. Like I should expect to, like, I should want to win. At the same time, I should want to learn more,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want the W.
For
But
sure.
You know what? L's, you're going to fucking grow so much more from an L than you will fucking a
Yeah.
win.
That's what I tell Chris is like, every time that I've lost, I like remember exactly what position I was stuck in or what position I lost in, like for sure, because it's just so in me that I'm like, man, I couldn't do anything. What the hell do I have to do? You know?
And it
But it's
fucking
like,
eats you up.
yeah, it does. You know, you're driving home, you're like, fuck, what I'm thinking, you're looking at the video. I don't even like to look at the video sometimes. Like, I'm like looking at it like this because I just know I'm losing, you know?
Yeah, it's cringing.
And when you
turning
win,
away.
you're like, great. You train hard for this, you practice, but at the same time, like, you don't learn as much. Like, you just did everything right. The guy did some stuff wrong and you capitalize, you know? But when you lose, it's like, man, that eats you, you know? And
No,
you gotta
for sure.
You gotta come back the next day.
It's
Hey,
definitely
coach, what the hell do
a-
I do in this position, you know?
It's definitely a confidence breaker. You know, I was having a talk with someone this morning, actually, about something very similar. He was like, dude, how do you do it? How do you, like, he was talking about the anxiety of competition and going in. It's like, how do you get that away? Da, da, da. I was like, honestly, bro, like, you don't. It's going to stay with you. I still get anxious, right? And but for me, is I had to actively control it. Like, I'm sure everyone here has felt it. You go in a match, you slap the dude's hand, you're anxious, and then fucking that anxiety just keeps busting out for a minute, 2 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? And then finally the tunnel vision widens and you could hear everything again. You know? Now you're like, how the fuck did I get in this position? What's going on? You just have to realize, hey, this is going to happen. Like, I'm probably going to black out for the first few minutes. And when I come back, I have to be calm and collect and be able to work. Shortening that time gap. So where as soon as you step on the mat, slap dude's hands and you start and you don't have that feeling anymore, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And if you don't keep putting yourself in those situations, you never build the confidence to be able to do that. And then you always feel like you're fucking losing. When at the same time, you're really not.
Yeah.
You're winning, you know? I told him this too. If you look back to when you first started training and look to the left or right of you in line, who was there next to you? And look at now, are they still next to you? If they're not, then you're winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a shit if you lose at a tournament? The fucking motherfuckers that you started training with, they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking probably not even training,
Probably not even training.
let alone competing.
Fucking when
Let alone not even eating ass. Fuck 'em. You know?
not eating that. Like, when I started training, how many kids were there? How many of us were there at the house? Like 5 or 6 of us, right?
Yeah.
There were 5 or 6 kids of the original group that started. This is when my brother was a baby. Out of those 5 or 6 kids, I'm the only one still training.
Damn.
2 or 3 of them are dead. The other ones have jobs and families now. I'm the only one that stuck with it, you know? I don't feel like I'm doing any better than them. I mean, RIP to the homies that are dead, but the ones that are still thriving, right? I don't think I'm doing better than them. I think they're doing better than me because they have a house, a fucking financial stability. You know, whoever they're in a relationship with, they seem pretty happy, right? But what I'm doing right now,
Yeah, you're not
fucking,
happy.
I'm fucking.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm fucking ecstatic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is a childhood dream of mine. So I'm not gonna compare my life to yours, because of that. Because I'm living my dream. You know what I'm saying? But looking left and right of you, from then to now, you're the only one training. You're winning.
Yeah.
That should give you all the confidence in the world to be like, fuck it, whatever happens, happens. I'm here anyway. You know.
I had so much shit to say, but fucking. Can we talk about like one more thing? It's a little off topic, but and then kind of wrap it there. I was kind of shocked, like once I got into jiu-jitsu, to see that there's like a lot of weed smoking, a lot of alcohol drinking, you know? Because the sports I'd done before, like it was always pretty frowned upon to like party and stuff, you know? And
Very disciplined.
yeah, you're supposed to be disciplined and, you know, straight edge and shit. Do you guys think that like ever gets in the way at all of jiu-jitsu, or?
I don't smoke or drink.
Yeah, Cyrus is straight edge, so he's only addicted to comic books and jacking off.
Well,
Eating
I don't
ass.
jack off. Okay, I do drink. I don't smoke though.
If you say you don't jack off, you're a liar.
Lioness.
We all
I
jack off.
when I could just eat ass.
Like weed and alcohol doesn't get in the way of training. I think we have different perspectives on that, right? Because to him, weed isn't a good thing.
Okay.
You know,
Not that it's not a good thing. I just don't smoke.
he doesn't smoke.
I just don't smoke. It's not my vice.
And
I do
then
other shit like cocaine.
Damn right.
yeah, imagine if we just mixed cocaine with jiu-jitsu. That'd be crazy.
Fuck up.
But I think weed, especially now, has gotten more accepted in the jiu-jitsu community. Before it was like the weed smokers would be like, oh, those fucking 10th Planet
It
guys.
was, or the fucking Diaz brothers.
Or the fucking Diaz brother. You know what I'm saying?
That was it. That was basically it.
And then as far as the alcohol goes, I mean, that didn't really change anything, But for the weed, at least, it started to become more and more accepted in recent years. And now for me, like, I don't use it as much. I mean, I do use it recreationally, obviously. Fucking smoke all the
He's
time.
high right now.
Fucking
very
pro
high
tabs
right
all
now.
day. But a lot of the times it's like, all right, if I know I'm going to have a hard training session, then I'll pop a pro tab or eat an edible or, microdose at the time so that I can start to free up my mental so I can start to open up during training more. And then sometimes it helps during competition too. It helps relax those nerves.
Damn,
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Because I feel like if I was high, I mean, that's just because I'm me. Like if I was high, like during competition, I'd be even.
Oh, no,
more
I've
stoked,
definitely made the mistake of getting too high before during training. and
Hella
competition.
anxious.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
At all. But, like microdose it a little bit. 0.25 milligrams of THC or whatever the fuck mushrooms are, right? Probably not MDMA unless you want to feel a little weird during the roll.
Yeah.
What is all that?
But
So like what?
but that definitely helps.
I thought you were going
calm
to
down
rave
the
next
nerves.
week.
So I don't think it's a bad thing. It has its place. You just have to know how to use it. You'll still get those guys that fucking will sit in the parking lot before and after practice for 30 minutes, just fucking hitting the fucking dab really quick.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's fucking crazy. Some guys probably need that though, that are super anxious, right? And they're doing jiu-jitsu because it's helping with their, mental focus or what's that shit called when they have mental shit fucked up in their head?
Fucking depression or some shit.
Mental
Anxiety.
Like depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
whatever they're dealing with. It helps them overcome that, Jiu-jitsu and weed, they kind of go hand in hand. Because you can be chill and still, fuck people up.
For me personally, I think if you're doing this, you should be level-headed. You know what I mean? So if you need it as not necessarily a vice, but if you need it to like curb your anxiety, something like that, it's medication. That's cool.
Medication.
Yeah, medication. But that's a medication term. Honestly, fucking, I want to be my mental clarity like perfect when I'm training. But then there are times like Thursday we're gonna be fucked up rolling. You know what I mean?
Shot for what's
not,
it called?
Yeah, yeah.
Shot,
hey,
shot
Shots
for
for
takedown.
shots for submissions.
yeah, shots for submissions. But at the same time, saying that, I don't train fucked up pretty much, all the time, just during the holidays when we have shit like this going on. But I do compete pretty fucking gnarly. You know what I mean?
I've had my best performances.
Yeah, my best
drunk
performances were
and on shrooms.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I do just to fucking take the edge off. I'll fucking drink like a fifth or some shit and compete.
Is it the focus or like what does it do for you?
It's just
Takes
the
edge off?
anxiety, bro. The anxiety is a motherfucker, bro, and that's
It
gonna
clouds
make
your
or break
nerves.
thinking
you.
for sure.
And
Those
if
nerves.
you whatever you take that makes you fucking just relax is gonna take away the fucking pump, because that's the biggest thing. It's not necessarily the anxiety, but it's the fact that you're so fucking like
Yeah.
overwhelmed with anxiety that your fucking muscles tighten and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I fucking drink, I'm just like, hey, fuck it, I'm chill.
Yeah.
It's whatever. And I'll do it. I won't do it during the actual competition, but like finals or the open, yeah, fuck it off. And
I do it the whole competition.
Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? My other thing is like, you expect me to fucking compete at 12 or 1 o'clock and then come back at 6 o'clock not being sober? Motherfucker, fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm going to fucking party after our podium and then I'll enter the fucking open. You know what I mean? So it's always like during fucking the open. Never during the tournament itself.
Alika with the shrooms, how was that? Is it the same thing?
I actually don't take shrooms anymore.
I
They're
do.
getting really overwhelming for me. So I'm taking a break.
It's different if you microdose and if you actually fucking dose, nigga.
like
Like,
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
probably
dose.
dosing.
I don't
Yeah.
dose. I try not to dose. I get really paranoid when I'm with shrooms. He likes the psychedelics though. I don't.
Yeah, I like dosing and microdosing makes me a more manageable human being.
Oh.
Like, I-
You
Everyone
don't call
around me
people
is like,
cunts,
oh, I
you're
love
just
this
like,
guy.
eh.
Yeah,
for me-
he's still talking shit, but he's not fucking me up. So
Like, I just want to relax. So shrooms don't make me relax. It's too much noise in my head. Now I start hearing voices and shit.
Yeah, that's bad.
Start hearing your dad.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, what the fuck's going on, Dad?
The first time I fucking tripped off shrooms was here when Clint brought those fucked up ones and he got liver disease.
and I told you don't take them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we all took them. And then
I drank. I didn't take them. I told these guys don't take them. They're not right.
Well, we took them.
And one of our boys ended up having a liver transplant 2 years later.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was wrong with the shrooms? Were
We
they
don't
just
know.
gnarly
We don't know if it
or-
was the shrooms or I don't know, but
Just bad.
They looked
Damn.
crazy.
it was like bark, and like you actually had to like chew it.
Like
You're
a
like, dude, what
buffalo.
the fuck is this?
Anyway, we split it up between like 6 of us, and then I just remember sitting inside the gym before we had the zebra mats.
4 heads and
I'm
2 cups.
I'm staring at the fucking clock, and I have my sunglasses on, and next thing I know, I hear someone in my head saying, "Fucking kill everybody."
Oh my god.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? No, I'm just like sitting there like this. I'm like, babe, we need to go.
Damn.
Oh man.
That was my first time. But after that, I had a lot more bad experiences. But then once I started finding out about microdosing, then I did that. Then it helped me train. Right now, I'm not doing it because it's kind of fucking with my head. So I'm mainly just doing THC for body relaxation.
Nice.
Cyrus, since like, what's your motivation being like kind of just mostly clean? Do you just don't want to risk it? Or
My father and my brother are so fucked up. I just
You see my family?
like, have you seen him at night?
Trying to break this cycle, man.
I'm trying to break this. No, I tried weed, like I'd say a total of 3 times.
He's a lightweight.
Yeah, I tried it the first time with like I spent Thanksgiving with my ex and we're with all her cousins. We're all the same age. And these motherfuckers were like, "Hey, like you want to smoke weed?" It was like, "I don't smoke weed." I was like, "Why don't you spend the night at her house?" I'm like, I guess." They're like, "Your dad's not gonna fuck you up. He won't know." It was like that motherfucker's gonna fucking know,
Yeah.
right? But they talked me into it. And I don't know shit about weed, right? So he gives me like a bowl. He's packing it real tight and shit. And he was like, "Take a hit." I was like, I didn't cough. I took a deep ass hit. I was like, "Cool, do it again." It was like, it kind of tastes the way a cigarette smells. And I hit one more time. I start coughing. It was like, damn, you almost hit 3 good ass hits like fucking chop. I was like, what the fuck is chop? He pulls a cigarette out of the bowl.
Oh my
What
gosh.
the fuck that
Fucking
means?
smoke chop.
And
And
he
this
was
fucking
like,
idiot.
you're about to get way more fucked up than you would have with just weed. I'm like, oh,
Why would
no.
he do that to you?
I don't know.
What a fuck
I
guy.
slapped the shit out of him. But I was tripping because it started raining and I was running up and down the fucking court. I was like, dude, I need to get home.
Okay, so me and him, my brother and I, we drove to Vegas for a high rollers tournament one time. I was competing.
Yeah.
So high rollers, shout out to all you fucking guys in Vegas.
Fuck
They're
yeah.
a jiu-jitsu tournament or high roll. I don't know what the fuck you call it, a brand or something. Anyway, they throw jiu-jitsu tournaments where the grand prize is fucking weed. You could smoke, compete high. They give out free joints. Anyway, we drove to Vegas and went in to register. Fucking did all that shit, and as I'm waiting, they're rolling up fat ass joints, and we're smoking inside the facility. So I get my brother like, "Hey, come inside, check in. If I can, we're gonna start soon."
Fucking 8 a.m.
Anyway,
Damn.
a few hours roll by, and they're setting up the tables inside, right? And right as you walk in to where the mat area is, there's a fucking table with dab rigs,
Oh shit.
like 4 or 5 of them, and free all day.
High tech.
Nice.
Like
Free-
fucking high tech.
Free dabs all day.
Wow.
And I look at him and was like, "Hey, do not go to this table and smoke this shit today because I need you right now.
Win this
I need you to help me warm up and coach me. Like you could smoke the shit after." So I'm chilling, fucking smoking doobies with all these other guys that I'm about to compete with, and he's like, "Hey, I'm about to go to the bathroom." I'm like,
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
So he leaves and then he comes back. 20 minutes later, I see him walking back from behind the table and was like, "Motherfucker, I know you didn't." And he looked at me and was like, "I did." And then I was like, "All right, sit here. In about 10 minutes, you're going to be gone." And he was like, "What do you mean? I feel good right now." So he sits down and then I'm watching him. And as the 10 minutes counts down, I can see his face start to change. And then there's a glaze over his face like, "Oh, he's done."
Yeah.
So I fucking pick him up and I walk him to the car and try to lay him down. I don't know how many times he threw up, dog.
Oh,
Like 4 or 5
fuck.
times.
I ate nothing
He's
that day or the day
sitting
before.
on the wall trying to drink water, and I know the outside is spinning for him. I bring him back inside. It's dark inside, but there's fucking strobe lights and shit.
Oh my god.
He's laying on the mats.
What a bad high.
He's laying on the mats, and I'm trying to warm up with his white belt that I just competed. That I asked, like, hey, bro, can you warm up with me?
My brother got way too fucking lit.
He's laying next to the fucking bag with a shirt over his face. And then I was like, hey, bro, can you get me some water or some shit? He's like, all right. He gets up, turns over, and throws up all over my backpack. And I'm like, motherfucker, dude. So
It's not my fault. Look, hear me out. Hear me out. It's not my
So-
fault.
bottom line.
Is that holy rollers?
Yeah, high roller. Bottom line, he can smoke weed.
Yeah.
He's not smoking weed again. Not with me, at least.
Yeah, no, I'm like traumatized. Like I smell weed and I have to walk the other way because I will start getting nauseous. But it's not my fault.
Oh shit.
Right,
That's
I'll
good,
walk
though.
to the table.
I think that's good.
I thought it was the same thing as a bong. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I asked the guy what it was. He was like, "Oh, it's a dab bar. You know, it's free all day."
Fucking dab.
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Like, oh, dabs?
Yeah, he was like, "You want to
these are
try
like
it?"
brand new rigs that this company was selling,
Yeah,
too.
like
shit.
high tech. Like they were like,
Good stuff.
yeah, like it looked like a fucking robot dildo.
Like straight from Wakanda. or
Robot
something.
Like
dildo.
straight from
Some
Futurama,
shit.
bro. Like from
And
Futurama.
I was like, damn, I wonder how big of a fucking dab he took
Yeah.
to be that fucked up all day.
So
'Cause
that
I remember, like,
He's like, I didn't even get to take one. I just smelt it.
I hate dabs. Every time I dab, I go to this place called the Shadow Realm for about 4 or 5 hours.
That's what he called it.
And I can't come back. I
Would you
try.
just kill someone?
No, I just fucking I'll
Kill
sink
everyone.
into a hole. It's like that movie Get Out.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
sunken place.
Oh,
It's a
fuck.
sunken place. I'll take a
God.
dab. I'll fucking cough, and next thing you know, I'm like getting hella hot.
You're crying.
paranoid.
And I
slow
go, I'll go
cheer.
somewhere, try to take my jacket off, and I'll be like, "Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic." And next thing you know, panic is written over my
That's
forehead.
the thing is like you just know it's coming and then it just comes harder, you
Yeah.
know? Because you're like you're good,
Yeah.
you're good, right? Like
I
you're good,
had
right?
no
So-
idea that shit was
So
coming.
fuck dabs.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And so then you took a few or what?
Okay, so like I asked the guy at the bar. He was like, "Oh, it's a dab bar." He's like, "You want to try it?" I went to my brother. This is when he told me, "Don't take it." But it's not the way he said it. It was like, "Don't take. You can't even smoke weed. You're a little bitch."
Oh my
I was
God.
like, "Oh, okay,
Oh my God. I was like,
you like
fucking
game
have
on,
it.
motherfucker.
And he smokes these fucking dick sticks, the flumes or whatever the fuck they're called.
I quit nicotine.
sticks. And I was like, it's not like the dick sticks you smoke, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
don't do it. You're gonna
other
get
league.
fucked up. And next thing you know, 20 minutes later, I see him walk from behind the table like, you
Yeah.
fucking
I
motherfucker.
told this guy I want to try. He was like, "You ever do this before?" I was like, "No, like I don't even smoke weed. I've smoked weed like 3 times. One of those times I tried a pen and I got really fucked up." He was like, "Okay, bet. Like here, like I'll hook you up." This motherfucker takes like this little condom looking thing, right? He like opens this little bottle. He pulls out a thing that looks like earwax.
Right,
It's
huh?
literally the size of like the tip of my pinky from the first knuckle. He was like, "This is
fat one,
perfect for
yeah.
a first time." He said, "This is perfect for first time." I was like,
This guy.
Hella giggling in the back
I'm not
of his
looking
head.
at
fucked.
shit.
Damn.
He was like, yeah.
I'm looking at him like I'm trusting you. He puts it in, whatever. He's like, "Okay, you're gonna inhale as long as you can, hold your breath as long as you can, and then exhale very fucking slowly. Do that like 3 times."
Oh my God.
What the fuck was this guy on?
The worst
bro?
part
This
was
guy
I
is
remember
hurting
every
people.
fucking
He was
second
like-
of when I was high.
Bro,
Like,
it was
you
that
know,
fu-
like,
it
when
was
you're
that
getting
fucking
choked
high
out?
rollers though.
Yeah, it's that
What
high
expects,
rollers.
huh?
Yeah.
They want that. They want that. Like, oh, it's
Dude.
your first time. I'm gonna make you fucked up. You
It was
know?
crazy.
You've been rolling like 2 or 3 times, like 2 or 3 years, right?
Huh?
You've been rolling like 2 or 3
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
right? You know when like you get choked out, but you think you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you can't, and you start falling asleep.
Oh, we know you know that.
Yeah, you feel the glow. Your eyes are still open, but you can't see shit. It's all blurry. Everything you hear is muffled, and you feel ants all
That's
over your
the
fucking
shadow
face.
Yeah,
realm.
and it's like,
Yeah. Like I felt all of that shit, and everywhere we went, whether we were outside when he took me to the car to throw up, we were inside and there were strobe lights.
And you
I
threw
saw
up.
fucking stars just streaming, swimming everywhere, and there are 3 distinct colors. There's green, pink, and fucking purple, just mixing in the fucking air, like you're pouring a fucking 3 cans of paint together, and it's like, holy shit, dude, I should have listened to
The
him
way it
for
was like a
once.
psychedelic. Holy shit.
Fucking wild.
I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck is in that shit, but I'll never.
You know, I have
smoke
a
weed
800
again.
milligram edible. That'll probably do the trick too.
Holy fuck.
No,
dude.
edibles, I'm fine. I
haven't
eat
touched it,
edibles,
though.
but I
You shouldn't.
No, I
I
shouldn't.
think
Oh,
the most
I
has,
made
like,
that
60
mistake.
milligrams.
the last story they call it.
Your story? Wait, real quick. Before to preface this one. Today I got guillotined so fucking hard that I like when I tapped I was like, damn, I forgot where I was for a second. I was like, holy shit, that's
Who
never
did
happened
it?
before.
Who was it?
I think is that big ass dude.
Kurt.
The gray shirt on. He had like black and red shorts. I don't know anybody's names, but
I don't
Oh,
know.
the
big
white guy.
big guy. Yeah,
The
white guy.
Fucking Thor.
Thicky.
Thor.
Beard.
Looks like Thor.
Oh, you're talking about Hector. Hector.
Yeah, Hector.
Yeah, Hector.
Yeah.
He's from Charles Gracie.
I think it was him. I forgot where it was.
He's a purple belt.
I also got a
don't
rear
feel
naked
bad.
on him and
Yeah.
he tapped, so that's
Hey,
It's
he's
alright. It's
fucking
okay. It's
huge.
okay.
I'm just gonna tell this last story because they haven't heard on in the pod, and then we could close it. But so I got Chris and Noel, our other friend. He's fucking huge. He should have been here today, bitch. Tell him.
Yeah. Don't be a
You
bitch, Noel.
fucking
He's like, I don't
big
want to drive
cunt.
twice. He's like, I gotta go here, and I gotta go somewhere else. Whatever.
How tall is he? He's like 6.
He's 6'3", 200 pounds, but he's like lean, so
Oh,
he's
he's
like
small,
lean
yeah.
200
Oh, we're the
pounds.
same. So
Yeah,
we're the
but
same
for
weight. I'm
here-
just fat and he's tall.
For here, it's like that's why I wanted him to come here, bro. Like fucking come over here. But so, man, we did position training, and he has my back. It's his first day. The first time he's been to Turlock. I went to Turlock to like support him, right? Position training. He has my back. I'm chilling, like whatever. I'll let him work a little bit, and then he gets this like kind of cross collar vibe. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should start trying a little harder, And then this guy's so strong. He just starts, he just starts pulling it. And then I just wake
fall
up.
asleep?
I just hear, "Are you good? Are you good?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like I'm good. What's going on?" He's like, "Dude, you were out for like a few seconds."
Holy
he's like,
fuck.
he's like, "Your eyes were rolling." You're like, he's like I was so scared. It was his first time in the gym, and he
Ain't
fucking.
that a bitch?
And I've never fell asleep. I've never fell asleep in the 2 years, and oh my god, dude, I was so embarrassed. I was just like, no way, this first time,
Dude, I fucking got one to top that shit. I have these fucking girls that fucking train with me. They're moms. They're older women. And I have this fucking purple belt. He's a cocky motherfucker. Shout out to Wedo. And this motherfucker fucking shows up to a 5 a.m. class. And David, the bald-headed guy. He's a purple belt.
At Joe Kage.
Yeah, his fucking wife shows up to a morning class one day. Well, she fucking gets this motherfucker in a bow and arrow choke, and she's holding it there. And I'm looking, and I'm like, Victoria, I think he's dead. It's the fucking cocky fucking purple belt. She's sitting there. She looks up. She's like, no, he's fine. She fucking keeps ripping it. His fucking arm's doing this. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, it's crazy because this motherfucker's such a dick. He'll fucking hold it. He's good at triangles. He'll hold a triangle just so you'll fall asleep. He won't squeeze it hard. He won't fucking have it loose.
Soft.
He'll do it. He'll look at your face and he'll see you turning red, slowly purple. He'll sit there until you fucking fall asleep.
sick.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Livio, Livio, he wouldn't.
Oh,
put
yeah,
me to sleep,
Golino.
But he would have it locked, basically ready to tap. But he knew like if I tapped, he'd be like, "That's not a submission." But he'd have it tight enough where I'd be like,
Fall asleep.
like,
This
I'd
is
be
what
so
this guy
panicked,
does. This is what this guy does. She has him in the bow and arrow choke, and I'm like, Vicky, let him go. He's dead. He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And she looks like she looks up. His arm's doing this. She's like, he's fine.
Oh my gosh,
She
she's
keeps
sick.
going. And I'm like, dude, it was like we looked at the camera because we have a ring in there. It was a minute and a half. We're like, dude, he's dead. Let him go. She lets him go. He's fucking sitting there like fucking shaking.
like convulsing.
I grab his feet. I fucking lift him up. I'm standing over him literally. He fucking wakes up. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like,
Dad?
I thought I was in Hawaii.
So I thought I was on a beach, bro.
Said that?
He's like, I was on a beach in Hawaii, and then all of a sudden your fucking ass is like standing over me. Are you okay?
And then
He was about to cross over.
He was having a good fucking sleep, dude. That's the best, dude. We have so many people fucking fall asleep in this gym, but that was the fucking best. And just because it was Wedo.
Yeah,
Because he's such a dick.
All right, you guys. You want to call it? All right. Thanks, guys, so much. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We have
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Kalani, Alika, Cyrus. Make sure to
Shoots.
check out. You guys, you want to shout out anything?
Yeah. Buffalo Black Brotherhood. Ari Stockton on this side.
JG Academy, Aspire to
Blackbacks.
Inspire. JG Tracy, all the blackbacks.
Cyrus not here on Instagram, Twitter, and OnlyFans.
Sorry, not here.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
He's just himself. He's representing himself.
His
He's got a good
OnlyFans
stream.
is all gay guys.
No, it's not.
Don't lie,
They're the,
motherfucker.
ones, they're the ones who buy my shit.
It's
Like,
all it's all him picking up stuff with his ass.
that too. I got a big ass.
Anything,
do you want
really.
something?
Yeah.
just thanks so much for the opportunity. It's my first time
Appreciate you
here.
for having
and,
us.
Fuck yeah. Look forward to the next one.
Yeah, this is my first time here. Sunday service, great vibes. Fucking, it was nice.
Every
Good.
Sunday, man.
Thanks for your time.
Hell
All
yeah.
academies.
That's it. All right.
Thanks. Yep. Thanks again so much for being on. For people watching, thanks guys. This will come out in like a couple weeks. We have one with Noel coming out this Friday. Then you guys will probably see this one next Friday. Thanks so much for the support on the pod recently. We're at 467 subscribers, which is banging. Thanks for the support on the last video, and hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks again so much for being on. It was fucking kick-ass time. And if you guys are ever in the Stockton or Tracy area, bro, go join them. Sunday, Fridays, they got open mats there at 6 p.m.
Yep.
They got open mats at 8 a.m. It's a really good vibe, really good people.
Come to church in the morning. Come to the club at night every Sunday.
Hey.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you. See ya.